America is going to be destroyed. Thus said the Bible. Okay, does it say the word America in the Bible? No, it's written in code. But we're here to let you know that all the fun that you're having and all the folly that you're having, live it up, because it's coming to an end very soon. All right, we're going to start off giving our praise and glories unto
Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem Rakakadash.
Double honor to our apostles, the bishops, the elders of the great millstone. Greetings, salutations, blessings, much love unto you, hopeful election unto you. All right, we're back here in Sin City, Las Vegas, and you just living here, if you're in the spirit at all, you get sick of this place. All right, people running around in the Stuper, okay, thinking about a goddamn football game, not realizing World War III, Epstein is raping. I'm on, right? Hey, they out there essaying your children and eyeballing them, trying to make it normalized so they can get them, and you separate your power from the responsibility of your children, from the ownership of your own children, raising them the way you want to, okay? Put them in a folly mindset, got them worried about shit that ain't important, okay? Like sports, like entertainment, okay? Missing that the Heavenly Father's about to come back and put holy hell on this world, all right? That's why we're out here, to warn you, to protect yourself. But you first, let's get the prerequisites. You gotta be an Israelite, a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American. You can't be those people over there in the Middle East, okay, claiming to be the God's chosen people, all right? You gotta be born with the spirit of your fatherland. And when you have that, then you have the opportunity to be called to this thing, Lord, when it's chosen. All right, so let's start with Micah. Let's start with Micah 2 and 10.
Micah 2 and 10. What you told me?
Yeah.
Go.
We love him.
It's Micah 2 and 10.
Yep.
Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
The scriptures tell us to arise and depart. It don't mean hop on a plane and fly away. No, it's talking about to release your mindset from the connections that it has to this world. All right, this world is great. The way it's set up is greatly polluted, particularly here in America. America is like the sin city of the world. All right, it's full of abominations. It's full of man. There's so much I can't say. You got to be coded when you say certain things, but it's just folly everywhere, vanity, things that don't mean anything, lack of wisdom, lack of thought, lack of prudence. Okay, these different things that people need in the time to come, they're not even concerned about. You watch people eat food all day and don't think about nothing, never exercise, never read. They scroll all day. You know, it's just a constant cycle of a stupor. There's no better word to say.
Constant cycle of folly.
So Nahum chapter 3 verse 1, it says, woe to the bloody city.
Yep.
It is full of lies and robbery.
That's this place, America. It's full of lies and robbery. Everywhere you look, and look, you people aren't even concerned about the lies and robbery going on in this place. By next, what's coming up? What's the next holiday? Easter?
Valentine's.
That's like next week, right? By Valentine's Day, you're not even going to be thinking about your children's possible abductions and whatever else is going on, or how the laws of the public schools are changing, so the government can control your children. You're not thinking about them brainwashing your little children into not knowing what they're biologically born. Damn, we gotta say everything. That's part of it. You can't even tell nobody the truth. You can't even just speak the truth flat out to nobody no more. All right, but we gonna speak the truth to the Bible. Go ahead, bro. So read it again, or I'll get you more.
So, this is the book of Nahum, chapter 3 verse 1. It says, woe to the bloody city. It is full of lies and robbery.
And then they lie and cover it up. It's full of lies, robbery. You're getting robbed of your money every day. The fact that you have to work every day just to not make ends meet, but barely make ends meet, okay, just to keep you on the hamster wheel chasing like a rabbit chasing the carrot. You're just on the hamster wheel every day, just over and over. Oh, the game is on. Now that you got chicken wings and nachos and salsa, you think everything's okay today. Guess what? You got to go back and slave tomorrow, if not tonight.
Right.
All right? It don't end. This is just a constant way. But then they come with something that says, oh, we got the solution. We got universal basic income or universal high income. But what happens? You still caught in a hamster wheel somewhere else. All right, in your mind, because you don't now have free thought. Even more so, they'll put you right into the mindset of the metaverse. Okay, where you take their implant, and now you have to just go along with what they're talking about in there. All right, it doesn't change. There has to be something better than what's going on in the world.
I can jump down.
Yep.
I'll finish verse 1. It says, the prey departed not.
The prey departed not. Hey, the worst prey is you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans and Israelite foreigners. Okay? You're the worst in this thing, because when you buy into this bullshit, and it's sad to watch our people just so engulfed in walking around with their team jerseys. You know, look, I've seen people already walking around with teams that ain't even playing today. Fuck you wearing a jersey for? You got that word? Hit that right quick.
As for the word stupor, the root is a stoop.
Yep.
And it says, it's like 1762, a colloquial shortening of stupid person.
Yep.
Yes.
Exactly. You people, you want to get Jeremiah?
Already got it.
Yep.
Yeah, this Jeremiah 4:22.
Yep.
For my people is foolish, they have not known me.
And that's the people that we're concerned with. We're concerned with you so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, and Israelite foreigners, scattering them with the heathen that may even look like the heathen. You're the people that's causing the hold up, so to speak. We understand prophecy has to take place, but you people are just like, that's why I'm glad the 2/3 gotta go. Because there's no curing you people.
2/3 is the only reason America is staying afloat right now.
Yep, if you all stop working, yeah, you will starve, but you at least you'll be free. At least you'd have time to sit around for a little while, at least the end of the month, and learn about the ways of the Bible before they cut you off the system. But that's the whole point. You have more time to give to the Lord, which is what you need to be focusing on, not no goddamn football game. Not no goddamn LeBron James is still playing the greatest he's ever played in his career. Nobody cares.
You mentioned sitting on Nahum full of lies and robbers. The fucking football games is rigged.
Bro, it's nice to see Jake get out there and make all these cuts and be athletic and dive, and that part's entertaining. But after that, it's like, who cares about the score? Who cares about gambling on the game? You ain't gonna make enough. You can't risk enough to make enough to quit work. Okay, it's a goddamn game that the elites play on you people. Okay, just enough to make you not revolt. Okay, the real revolt, where you revolt, rebel, and revolution is right here. This is where it has to restart with righteousness. All right, because this world ain't pushing out no righteousness. You can go back, bro. Wait, do you have more?
It says,
Start at the top of that.
yeah, Jeremiah 4:22. For my people is foolish,
Yep.
they have not known me.
They have not known the Heavenly Father. Go ahead. His name is Yahweh. Okay, and his only begotten son's name, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, is called Yahweh Shai. That's his name. The anointed. Go ahead.
They are Sodom's children, and they have none understanding.
They're stupid and sottish, but that's another word for stupid. Okay, the sottish. They have none understanding. They don't understand. They'll see something plainly and not know what it means. They'll see all these food processing plants over the past few years burned down. They'll see all the crops be burned up, and what are those called? Meat processing plants, and so on and so forth. You see the farms. You see all these things burned up and get taken away. Farmers are crying like, man, what are we gonna do? We either gotta stop growing food, or they're gonna take our land. Either way, Bill Gates buying up everything. GMO is in everything now, okay? But you people still can't see it. Niggas are still eating this bullshit. Niggas are still on processed food, still on these chemicals. When you gonna separate yourself? Jake, go ahead.
For my people is foolish, they have not known me. They are Sodom's children, they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil.
But they're wise to do. A nigga can give me every Nipsey Hussle lyric. A nigga can give me every Jay-Z lyric, Tupac lyric, Biggie Smalls lyric. They'll tell me the whole rundown of Beyonce's childhood and shit.
They give you the rundown of all this rap beef.
Bro, they'll give you all the folly that's going on all day, but can't tell you where the Lord's chosen people are written in the Bible.
Niggas can't tell you what the acronym WHO means.
Bro,
You know?
right. And now we're talking about the WHO.
Right. Right.
You know? We have to tell them, because they be like, who you talking about? Who that?
That's a dumb name.
You know? They still won't get it. Because the WHO, just to speak on them, the WHO's about to run the whole country pretty soon. They're talking about disease X and all of this, and you guys don't even see it.
Right.
You still eating the shit that's gonna make you have to fall into line with them. Okay, that's gonna get you poisoned to where you're like, I'm sick, I gotta go to the doctor. Now we gotta inject you with such and such, right? So now you're subject to the ways of the beast, and because they got you by the cojones. What you gonna say?
I was gonna since you brought up the WHO, people don't realize that the WHO, or America, just separated from the WHO, but on the back end, you got California making a side deal to join the WHO. So that shows you just it's division right there.
Civil War.
Yeah.
Hey,
They don't use the ask them what is the Operation Crystal? What is Operation Crystal? Most of them would be they be scrambling. They be
crystal meth.
right. They be buffering, right? But that's the name of the latest simulation that they carried out to get prepared for another pandemic, right? While everybody's distracted, this is what they're doing behind closed doors.
And it's on the same internet you went to go watch all your favorite players' stats on. Same internet that you go look up their stats, go see what the money line on the game is. You could have Googled and found out what's going on for the rest of your life right here in the world, in America.
They always do simulations, to your point, of events. They did a simulation in 19. They even did a simulation of 9/11.
And they're gonna, what do you think they run simulations for a zombie apocalypse for? What do you think that's gonna be about? Who do you think gonna be the zombies? The sickly. It only makes sense. But is it the sickly or those that tried to get the cure? You gotta really, but you people aren't even thinking. You're in a stupor. All right? Eating nachos and shit. I like nachos, but that ain't the point.
Somebody get Deuteronomy 28 and 28.
My neighbors, like two neighbors were barbecuing, the other two neighbors would have big pots. Yeah, hurry up. We're gonna miss all the commercials. And then they sleep in these commercials during the halftime show and don't, or during after Super Bowl, but can't even read into them. Spiritual.
Deuteronomy 23? 28. Oh, you got it, Mark?
I got it.
Whoever got it.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 28. It says, the Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart.
Yeah, the Lord pretty much said that our people, they will be in a state of oblivion and insensibility. Meaning you niggas don't have any sense. Because if you did, you will ponder the time that you're living in.
Right.
You wouldn't be distracted with all these devices that your enemy keeps trapping you in. So you're pretty much like a blind man that's just, he don't know what's in front of him.
Open that noonday stuff, right?
Yeah.
Just wandering, reaching for whatever they can feel.
And when you look up that word, where it says, somebody look that word up in the Hebrew.
Stop.
I got it in two different translations.
I got the word astonishment. It's H8541. It says Timayon. It says astonishment, bewilderment, stupefaction.
See it?
Go back to the word you said. Stupid.
Stupefied, man.
Hey, and it's fucked up because when you really think about it, Jake get faded up and crispy and creased up to go to a Super Bowl party, but they won't even do it to go to church. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, even with JC, they don't even really do it for that. Niggas go do it to go be some low price harlot. They'll do it to go see the dope man or whatever. So they can get they fix before they go wherever they about to do the rest of their day. But they won't even present themselves just with respect, because, and here's the thing, the Bible has it set up to where you start on the inside and clean that man up, then the outside and clean yourself up. Okay? Anyway.
Yeah, and this also shows, this is exactly why the Lord always had to have seers risen up for Israel, because Israel they have no vision. They can't see afar. They're very myopic. So you always needed a body of prophets to come and give the proper warning for these people, because otherwise they're gonna just head straight on without any sensibility. You know, these niggas gotta be warned, and you can't warn them softly. You can't warn them nicely.
Hard-headed.
You can't warn them timidly. You know.
Yeah, no. Hey, especially niggas, man. You know, niggas are the most hard-headed creatures, hey, that the Lord created, man. You can tame a beast before you tame a nigga. You know?
I mean,
that's why it said that in Isaiah 1.
Exactly.
About the ox. He knows his master.
Donkey or ass.
The ass his master's crib, but my people do not know. Neither do they even consider.
It gets real bad when you start really seeing what our people are truly into. You know, and even these jakes that think they know something, they frustrate you because they just get lazy. It becomes overwhelming. Like some of these people, they just came and listened to us for about a half hour, they'd be on reload. They'd have to reboot their whole life system. But that's what you need. That's what you need. It'd be too much. They'd be like, oh. You know, they go, all right, y'all, and walk off. That's why most people see it. They can't understand what this is. But they don't have the heart to ask. And I love to say, because they can tell when you walk over here, there's a responsibility that you're gonna have to take after hearing anything over here. Not even that. You're gonna have to take it anyway. It'd be better you knew what you had to take, or get the word from the seers or the prophets before this actually went down. Yes, sir?
Yeah, kind of. This is Ezekiel. This is Ezekiel 3. I'm gonna start here at 5. It's like at 4. It says, and he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee unto the house of Israel, and speak with my words unto them.
With my words unto them. We ain't coming up here and saying, it sounds like I'm just talking to you out of my own words. But no, we're referencing what the scriptures is talking about. We're just bringing it to life so you can understand what the scriptures say. Thus saith the Lord God. 2 and 5 says it. Go to 2 and 5 real quick. Okay, you're in the second place.
Yeah, I'm saying.
That's all.
This verse, it's like a 3, 2 and 5. I'm sorry, 2 and 5.
Yep.
3 and 5 says something. This is 2 and 5, Ezekiel. And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear.
Whether they hear or not, it ain't up to us whether you hear or not. It ain't even up to you really whether you will hear or not. But if it is, if you do hear it, you can't ignore this. Okay? Whether it's to be for condemnation or whether it's to be woken up for salvation. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna start up. Ezekiel 2 and 3. Yep. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel.
You Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, you're the children of Israel according to the Bible. That's the missing link to your life. Okay? That's the missing link to your life. That's why it don't make sense that you go to work every day and then it don't mean nothing. Yeah, you buy some shoes, you buy a nice car, you may even be able to buy a house, which that's closing up. But what? The rest of your life has to be lived by according to a higher power's words. Because if you don't get in line with the righteous ways of the Heavenly Father, guess what? You got peril and destruction to come to you. Bad times. All right? Go ahead.
It says, to a rebellious nation that hath rebelled against me, they and their fathers.
They and their fathers, the forefathers, and we've been taught a legacy of wickedness. Okay? We've been raised in a legacy of wickedness with our people. And the slave masters have pushed that. We had some semblance of it, but we had a rebellious heart ourselves. Okay, so how much further have we gotten away from it? Okay, now it's time to come back to the old path to learn that that was the right way to live. This is the right way to live. You can't eat shellfish. You can't eat pork. You can't sleep with the next man's woman just because she got that Coke bottle shape or whatever. All right, you can't be eyeballing another man's possessions. You shouldn't be raping, robbing, stealing, none of that. Okay? You got it real quickly. Go back to
just to add to the elder's point, man, hey, the scriptures tell you how the beginning of pride is when one departed from his maker, and that's talking about everybody, but especially the Lord's chosen people.
Yep.
And when you look at the world and how this world is set up, especially in America, it enables you to be proud in every way, man.
When there's no reason to be, you have no right to. Trust me, all that pride, Jacob's trouble is about to squash all the pride in the world. Humility is gonna be real in fashion, and if it ain't, guess what? The sight of your destruction is gonna humble the next man. Okay.
To land back off what you're saying, well, that's why the scripture says, "Why is earth and ashes proud?"
Yep.
Hey, the flesh has nothing to boast over, man.
Yep.
You're filthy, and your thoughts are filthy. Everything about you is ultimately. If it wasn't for the grace and mercy of Yahweh Shem Shai, we wouldn't be able to move and navigate, man. Yep. So let alone the 2/3 nigga who's only doing wickedness or a heathen, right? So that's what the brother was saying.
How long do you think that wicked way? Because Jake got consciences, man. Jake know what it is. When I say Jake, I mean you sons of Jacob, you so-called, you Israelites, so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. You know that you got a conscience. You know the way you live ain't right, even though you know it prospers. Okay, a nigga will set up another man for nothing, for damn near nothing, just for the advantage. Do you know mentally trying to get advantage over your brother? It's like a sin. Okay, like it's gonna lead to further things that's gonna f you over in the long run. You think that the Heavenly Father's not gonna pay that back? You think the words in this book was just written and it's fun to read and then it's help these wicked ass pastors go get money on Sunday? You think that's what this was for? This is real information and real prophecy being brought out with the truth. Okay, and now's the time. Why? Because this place is going down. All right? Go ahead. Well, he had a quick one. He had a real quick one. You got it right back.
It's Acts 7 and 51.
Yep.
Ye stiff-necked and uncircumcised in the heart and ears. Ye do always resist the Holy Ghost, as your fathers did. So do ye.
All right. You always resist because you're stiff-hearted. And what is it? Hard-hearted, stiff-necked and hard-hearted?
Stiff-necked and uncircumcised.
So stiff-necked and uncircumcised. How do you get circumcised? It's not just about a doctor, snipping off the foreskin of your penis. Okay, it's more about off the flesh of your mind. Okay, because you're thinking with your flesh and not with your spirit. The spirit is gonna guide you the right way if you have righteous things that you're feeding it. You can't feed it with rap lyrics about this mumble rap or this drill rap. You can't feed that to your spirit. You gotta feed righteousness. You gotta feed righteous words, righteous vibrations and energies. All right? You gotta eat better foods because these foods are tied to deities and negative energies as well. All right? Go ahead with yours, bro.
Isaiah 65 and 12. Therefore will I number you to the sword.
Yep, number you to the death. Okay, the killing instrument. Go ahead.
And ye shall all bow down to the slaughter.
You shall all bow down to the slaughter. Go ahead.
Because when I called, he did not answer. And when I spake, he did not hear.
Well, how did he call it and how did you not answer? By walking by scrolling, but whatever it is that you didn't click on this and take it seriously. But who was calling? It was regular men just like you showing you how to walk this path and you ignored it. Okay? You heard the words that are coming directly out of the book, but you ignored it. You know that that kind of feels right, but fuck that, I gotta get this money. But fuck that, this bitch got a fat one, whatever. But I need my whatever Jake into, okay? Shit that ain't gonna prosper you in the long run.
Right. Not only did they ignore it, they despise it. They hate when we reprove them.
Exactly. Hey, somebody get 2 Edges 9, start around the 9th to 10th verse, and then somebody get what was the other one?
The 2 Edges 9, verse 10. It's like a verse start 9. It says, "Then shall they be in pitiful case, which have now abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments."
They have cast them away despitefully, they shall dwell in torments, because you didn't want to live the righteous way. All right? You didn't want to stop eating whatever you want to eat. You didn't want to stop thinking the way that you want to think and think with a righteous mind. You didn't want to put away evil works and evil thoughts out of your mind. You want to just continue, let us watch the game, and then I'm gonna turn on the Beyonce party shit, then I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna just bullshit, man. My goals in life are the next 5 years. Hey, this place might not make it 5 years. Okay? That's the level we're talking about out here. You gotta live like it's about to go down tonight. Okay, that's the type of fear that you need to have on you, because guess what? If you don't start with that fear, the fear of the Lord is really gonna come upon you. I don't remember the other one. Is there more? I got it.
For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known
Hey,
it.
because you receive benefits. Hey, because Jacob had time. Now, before, I'm saying, like, you do wickedness in the ancient world, you was out of there immediately. All right, now the Most High gave you time to repent, to come back to your senses, for the warnings to take place and to build up to make it work for you. Okay, so you can be like, damn, I've been fucking up. Let me get right. Jake been trying to get right as long as we've been in the truth. As long as we've been out here, Jake been out. All right, man, I gotta get right. But where you at? All right, now it's time to make that wholehearted decision that you gotta change right now.
The harvest is plenty, and labors are few.
The harvest, we got a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of people that gotta be woke up. All right, and not everybody's gonna make it. So if you just do a simple math, somebody said it's 330 million in America. Right. But let's say, just for easy numbers, let's say it's 1 million people. Nah, that ain't enough. What's a good number? Let's say it's 30 million Jakes in America. Guess what? 20 million gotta go. Think about that. With only 10 million stuck around. That's just the simple math of it. It's bigger than that. But just saying, just for the simple math, that's the numbers you gotta look at. 7 billion, 8 billion, almost 9 billion people on the planet. A lot of them are Jakes. How many do you think is gonna make this thing? If you do that type of math, take 2/3 off of it. All right? The games is over. How many earthquakes, warnings do you need? How many tropical storms? How many polar freeze overs? Okay? How many times you want to go to the grocery store and look at the prices jump 2-3 cents, $2-3? You know, we're like, damn. I'm gonna get this Wonder Bread. I'm gonna get this cheap shit. You know what I'm saying? I can't afford the real good stuff no more.
Instead of coming to the prophets and getting the answers.
Hey, cut the bread off. You know?
Even when because I was listening to the brothers out there in the Des Moines camp, and they were speaking on the different signs in the heavens, and how the world has become desensitized to the Lord's signs, man. That he's about to be fucking this, he's about to fuck shit up in the earth. You know, back then they didn't see as many lunar eclipses and solar eclipses, super moons, wolf moons. The year started off with a wolf moon,
bro. So
it's like everybody just want to get a good picture and post it online, man. That's not what that's about, man. That's the Lord speaking and showing you that he's closer.
Yep. Dismayed at the signs of heaven. And our people have become heathens to the Heavenly Father. They don't connect to him.
I was just gonna say, and that's why the Lord, when he gave his sermon to the disciples and they were inquiring about what should we look for that would indicate the end of that particular age, what should be the end of the world. And one of the things he said was, yeah, you're gonna have false prophets that's gonna come out. You're gonna have wars and rumors of wars. You're gonna have earthquakes. You're gonna have pestilences. He gave all these things, and he also said that there would be signs in the heavens, fearful sights in the heavens. But he also told them, after he elaborated on that, he told them, don't be distracted. All right, the scriptures say in Luke the 21st chapter, it says to be not overcharged with surfeiting and wantonness, cares of this life.
Which is what you see everybody involved in today.
This is what you see clearly. They're distracted with just straight bullshit. The scriptures tell you that folly is set at great dignity. Great dignity, right? So really all these material provisions and entertainment is just another way to distract you.
See, you hear the music. There's a lot of, I don't know what, I mean, Jake in there, but they could be over here receiving the true music.
And not only does it serve as a distraction, but it also pacifies you. If you really, if Jake really understood what's happening with this government and a lot of the shit that's being uncovered, Babylon would be on fire right now. You know, people would, like, it would be straight up chaotic. People would be tearing shit up because justice isn't being brought. There's no true justice. The elites are able to leak their own dirt and then just get you desensitized to it and then everything continues as normal.
Yeah, they get a little extra like, yo.
It's conditional. It's conditional anger.
The vast majority is eager for their tax return. They ain't tripping. They're worried about their tax return.
I got something real quick. Second Ezra 16 and 19.
Yep.
Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sending scourges for amendment.
Matter if you Yep.
Woe is me, woe is me, who would deliver me in those days?
Because when you read up in that chapter, it's talking about all the destruction coming that you can't stop it. It has to come to pass. Which is basically telling you you can't ignore this. How long are you gonna try to ignore these things that are happening? These storms, these prophetic sights in the heavens, these pestilences, whether the CDC is doing it or the Heavenly Father doing it, don't matter. You got to deal with it. Okay, earthquakes in diverse places, world war. Hey, you or your children may get drafted. All right, to go fight in the war. I mean, I ain't going. Yeah, okay, we gonna see. We're gonna see what kind of power you think you have. They're already going door to door, kicking people out the country. What do you think they're gonna be doing to you little YNs that love guns and always, I just want to step on niggas or just whatever you're doing, all that drill, they're conditioning your stupid ass mind. Okay? So you're gonna go over there and you're gonna have to shoot and die over there. Thus said the Bible. You got it out.
The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginnings of famine and great death.
This is just the beginning. Go ahead.
Hey, when the scripture talk about great death, that's in the millions.
Yeah. It ain't damn 48 people. Nah. 172 people died in a plane crash. Nah. When the Lord talks about, like, if the Lord was talking about plane crashes, it'd be like 30 planes full of people that will go down in one day. Just so you know that it's him doing. That's the type of moves he makes. Okay? He'll have you land your plane thinking you made it, then have a great earthquake or a big sinkhole open up to take you or something.
You better be thinking blowing it out of proportion.
Thank you.
Yep.
Crazy shit, man.
The beginning of wars and the power shall stand in fear.
How many of these prophecies that the brother's talking about do you have to understand are coming to pass? Wars are coming. You think they're not going to go into Iran? It's prophetic. They're going into Iran. And that's the end of this place. But that ain't the end right there. It's just the beginning of the end. Okay? They have to do that. Russia has to get involved. China has to get involved. Turkey has to get involved. Okay? The small hands have to get involved. Taiwan is in this mix. Ukraine is in this mix. Everything that we're watching around the world has got to come to a head. And this place will be destroyed. This is the lake of fire written about in the book of Revelation.
Right.
When you look at this place from above, what's not going to burn? Water, right? But guess what? This landmass is, so it's going to look like a lake from above. But that's from the perspective, hey, you want to see that lake. You don't want to be in that lake. That's what we're up here talking about. How you get out the lake. All right, you got it right.
The beginning of evils.
I'm sorry. Let me one more step because I want to say, because World War III is going to lead this place into being the lake of fire. That's why they're talking about all the nukes and all the atomic bombs and hydrogen bombs and missiles and all this that they got. Was that bit Netanyahu?
Well, I had a different point concerning nuclear war.
Go ahead.
The New START Treaty, which is basically the last nuclear agreement that halted the production of a furtherance of nuclear missiles. Just ended February. Was it 2 days ago?
Yep.
February 5th.
Yep.
Right, and they're not discussing new START Treaty. Man.
Nah,
So that's it. Between the greatest nuclear superpowers on the earth, Russia and the U.S.
Yep.
So now it's free game. Uranium-235 and plutonium-237 production is ramping up, and they're spreading their missiles across because it also halted their global positioning for those missiles.
Yep.
But now, hey, that's done away with.
Now the rules of the chess game is now open. I want to say real quick that I got you. Netanyahu, okay, I'm gonna just say his name. He pretty much just said Russia has a missile that goes 8,000 kilometers. With 3 more thousand kilometers, making it to 11, they can take out the whole east coast of America. He even said it can New York, D.C., Philly, Miami, and of course Mar-a-Lago. You know who's headquarters in Mar-a-Lago?
And at the end of the day, all these nations need is one direct hit on U.S. soil, and they through. It's like a bully they get staggered, and then
That's
everybody
it.
gonna hop on. Everybody gonna hop on Babylon.
Yep.
And this brother says, if you cities, you just hit one. This place is gonna be scrambling, trying to, you know, what do we tell the people? What do we? They ain't gonna know what the fuck to do because this place has been. It's so long without what's called a virgin daughter. Because it hasn't
been touched.
Hasn't been touched, right?
Hasn't been penetrated. This place about to get the train ran on it, man. Straight up.
Referencing back to Iran, Trump had been trying to bully them into a nuclear negotiation deal. And it really, you know, it goes back to Bibi propping them up. They're using the hammer of the earth to try to broker these negotiation deals. But Iran is insistent on continuing the enrichment of their uranium. And they said that they increased it by up to 60%. So now it's at that level, now they have no choice. And then right before they allegedly had these talks, Iran had test launched a new hypersonic missile. So pretty much this is part of when the prophecies say, "Let the weak say that I am strong." So they're flexing and they're not really they don't fear America anymore.
To your point, bro, Iran only target they worried about is small hats. All they need to do is reach X amount of kilometers to there, and they good. And that's what they scared of, because they know that Iran ain't trying to shoot missiles to Babylon.
That's why Netanyahu, Bibi, he's been trying to propagandize their nuclear uranium enrichment. So what he's been doing is he's been trying to bring out talking points that will put fear on the American people to support them going to war. Because they're afraid of the reach that Iran has with them.
They right there.
So they gotta hide behind the shield of the hammer of the earth. In order for them to forward their agenda, so to speak. But a lot of people already see through the bullshit. So ultimately, the gloves is gonna be off. The gloves is coming off, man. All right. So now the ball is in Trump's court now. Because they already said, you want to come over here and have these talks with you. We don't give it then. We're going to continue to enrich. We're going to continue with our nuclear program. So now that they done made it clear that they're not going to negotiate, now since they've been bumping their guns and making the threats, well, if they don't come up with this deal, if they don't agree with us on this deal, then they should be very worried. Well, they just said we're not going for it. So now, what's the next step? Escalation of war.
Those small heads, they're gonna urge America to get into Iran. They're gonna do some shit over here in this land to blame it on Iran.
They've been alluding to it. They've been alluding to it. There could be a potential attack on the soils that they can pinpoint on Iran.
Right. And America, President Trump, he took his fleet over there thinking he's going to intimidate Iran into submission. Well, Iran was, like the brothers been saying, Iran was not playing that no more. They called it bluff, and he had to retrieve his navy. Okay? He had to retrieve his armada. The most powerful armada the world has ever seen. And because America's afraid to be exposed, America's afraid to lose its aura of invincibility, man. They're afraid to actually get touched. They're so used to just overpowering everybody. Well, Iran has the capabilities and the technology to not only fight electronic warfare, but missiles, man. Those missiles that Iran possesses, forget about it.
I think there was a video of them simulating missiles raining down on every American and Israeli base all throughout that region.
Oh, that's easy food for Iran.
And that's what makes them, you gotta remember these people, man, who these people are. Because they told us around the time of 9/11, right? What these people were capable of. They'll die for what they believe in over there. No problem. They'll go straight kamikaze for it. Okay? So they already know. We don't care if you destroy us. I'm going to destroy these particular targets. My mission is to take out these targets, and I don't care what happens after that. That was my mission. Y'all seen that movie Rogue One? Star Wars? That's what that mission was about. They're having to make sure that message got from Princess Leia to basically to Obi-Wan. Well, that's how Iran feels about it. I don't care if we die out after this. I got to make sure. Same with the Matrix had a fight with the Osiris. It had the same mission where they knew that they were finished, but they had to get it through to win the overall war. Very instrumental roles in this, and Iran has no problem playing that. They chant GTA and send it over here. They have their journalists by the head. They'll show that shit on the black web or the dark web. They don't care. They're trying to provoke this shit. They want this man out of power. They know he's the problem in the earth.
Yeah, when that insurrection happened in Iran a few weeks ago with the protesters, they were all like agents, most of them. Iran shut off its internet, and Elon Musk turned on the Starlink. Well, Iran was able to track all those agents who were using Starlink and took them out, man.
Yeah.
That's electronic warfare. That shit, Iran has capabilities to do that.
Well, Iran, Persians, they ruled the world once.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got some on Iran. Second Exodus 15 and 28. Behold and horrible. This is basically talking about the Armageddon, the mountain of the troops. You know, because all these nations, they're going to go into the Middle East. All right? They're going to fight amongst each other. Behold and horrible vision and the appearance thereof from the east, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots.
Yep, they will come out with that war ready. Okay, the weak that says I am strong, they put their armory up. Go ahead.
And the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon the earth. All they which hear them may fear and tremble. Also the Carmenians, raging in wrath, shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood. So the Carmenians is another ancient word for Iran. Yep. So it said wild boars.
They're called Persians and Carmenians, and you're talking about the dragons of Arabia. You're talking about that region over there. Everywhere that America wants to take over, that's who those people are, ready to stand up and fight. They're the last resistance besides us. And I hate to say it, but we're not fighting carnally. They're supposed to take that carnal big time war thing on.
Like
then Yahushua will come and you know.
Like it said in Joel, third chapter, third and second chapter, that the Lord's gathering these nations for the sake of us.
Third, yep.
His people.
Somebody get this.
To the point the brother was making about Trump going over there trying to set up a deal, it reminds me of the scripture that says, well, it says the Persians and the Medes won't delight in gold or silver. The same thing with Iran. Yep. They don't. Trump is going over there to try to initiate some type of deal.
It's gonna be money for us, and money for you.
Right. They don't want the money. They don't want your money. They don't want your bills no more. They want your motherfucking blood. Yep. At the end of the day,
they want you out of power. That's when they're gonna prosper. You out of power.
They've been willing to endure all these sanctions.
Yep.
And suffer all these economic downturns just to build themselves militarily.
Yep.
Really, ultimately, they're weakening themselves to make themselves strong.
Yep.
Let the weak now say that I'm strong.
Yep.
They're willing to weaken themselves economically to strengthen themselves.
Can I make
That's what they're doing.
I want to make a quick point about that. That's beautiful that you said that. It's no different than what we over here do. We are weakening ourselves away from the world and the flesh to strengthen ourselves spiritually. Let them go, because our warfare is not carnal, like theirs. Ours is spiritual. So we got to keep pushing this word, waking up our people to not be fleshly reactive, but to be spiritually minded. But that's what Iran is doing. Exactly what you said. Beautiful tactic. Okay, we'll take all these sanctions. We don't need half of that BS anyway. We don't need cell phones and big screen TVs to watch no goddamn game. And we ain't worried about that shit. And if we gotta have it, we got the technology to hack into your shit and watch it anyway.
They got a whole region in Iran where they got multiple nuclear missiles silos underground. Imagine that. A whole entire ground opened up and missiles just shooting out. They got them hidden. So when
fly over,
when Israel try to fire on them, you might hit some stuff, but you ain't hitting their artillery.
And the Babylon satellites can't even find that shit.
Yeah.
Because remember they tried to say they bombed their nuclear site with last year or so.
Right.
By the time you bombed it, they moved that shit.
They just scratched it.
Yeah, it's like
It's just a scratch.
Left it out there.
that's a whole facility anyway.
Iran is not going to swell it, man. You're not just going to fly some Blackhawks over there and capture the leader and and call yourself the president of Iran now.
Right.
That's not going to happen. All right. These people they've been running drills for decades.
Yeah.
So they've been preparing themselves to fight you, man. And you might have superior technology and your ships or your carriers are superior, but that's not how they're going to fight you. They're not going to fight your fight. They're not going to fight you boat for boat.
Right. Especially with us, like it doesn't cut you off, but especially when you got the likes of China or Russia that's supplying them behind the scenes. They're shipping in nuclear weapons. They're shipping in missile defense technology.
Enter the Rocky training montage right now. And you got a little, got them training and all that. Yeah, enter that right now. That's what they've been doing. Now it's like the title fight. It's coming up to the title fight. Okay, now they're just fine tuning the rest of real warfare to finish this war off. They don't care if they get knocked out. That's the whole point. They don't care how. Look, if you remember Rocky 4, I'm just using these analogies, but Rocky got his ass beat on behalf of Apollo, right? But what did Rocky end up enduring at the end of that? He was all half brain dead and shit, and back retarded, or whatever else going on, right? But he wanted to show that the Russian wasn't invincible. He's cut. That's all Iran wants to do to America, so that they're human and not God, right?
And to show the world that also.
Yep.
Because the world fears, obviously still fears Babylon.
Yep.
And thinks that they're untouchable.
Now, this brother's about to read, as I was saying, all of this is supposed to be a confidence builder to you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. When World War III pops off, and we'll go through holy hell over here, this is the end of this life, living it this way. If you're upset that America's gonna be destroyed, you're gonna be destroyed with it, all right? We're trying to get out of here and be free and live as the real righteous kings of the earth, as was intended through prophecy in the Bible. Right?
Joel 3:1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah.
When I have to now consider, okay, is the punishment over or not? Okay, and it is, because the signs say they are. Go ahead.
When I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and
Releasing the captivity.
and Jerusalem. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Yahweh Shaphat, the land of the Most High's judgment. Okay, that's what that means. You hear Jehoshaphat, it's Yahweh Shaphat, Lord's judgment.
And that's in the Middle East.
That's right. That's over there in that same country we've been naming, that they want all the oil and all of that, and that Holy Land, and all of that's right over there, the Levant, okay? The Fertile Crescent, all that area right there is about to get cleaned up through this war.
And that's what all this is stemming from, dominating and having control over that region.
Right.
Yeah.
All right?
They know that's the center of the earth,
Exactly.
the headquarters.
That's what it's all about. We want to be able to control resources. We want to be able to control the trade routes.
Yep.
We want to be able to control the pipelines. Right? We want to be able to control territory that would act as a means of protection, or having a certain posture where we can actually defend ourselves in every direction.
Right.
So all these nations, they know that land is the most valued land on the face of the earth. So they're willing to all go to war for it, or at least to control it. Iran, them sitting on the other side, They have control over the Persian Gulf, you know,
The Strait of Hormuz.
the Straits of Hormuz. And then they also have proxy armies. That's, you know, down in Yemen. You know, you got the Red Sea, and that's a major trade route.
Yep.
So Iran have the power to basically halt trade in that region. So as far as the rats concerned over there, Iran is in the way.
And to your point, Elder, they can covet the Holy Land, the center of the world, but they could never reap the real benefits of that land because the true people are not in that land. So it can profit the people. You know, they can have the land, they can get the oil, but they're not going to reap the real benefits.
And it's easy. It should be easy to see, but a lot of these people aren't paying attention. It should be easy to see that the right people ain't over there. That ain't how you. Well, everything that they're known, and this is part of what you were saying. You're looking at how this government just shown that they can do all this wickedness and throw it in your face, and you don't care. But you wonder why they can't prosper, because they're not the right people that's supposed to be over there. That's not what the holy people would be doing. Okay? In this age, if you don't know that this message that we're pushing is going to get you in trouble with those same people, they're going to send agents and armies against you. This is what you got to be in here for protection of all of that. Does that mean you're not going to go through nothing? No. You're going to go through it, but the Lord will protect you. You know how you walk the path that he chose for you to make it if you're of the elect or not. If you're not of the elect, okay? You got it, brother. You just finish that up. Still got one.
And plead with them. And therefore,
Read up to the code or whatever before that.
I'll start from the top. I will also gather all nations, and I will bring them down to the valley of Yehoshaphat, and I will plead with them. Therefore, my people.
That pleading ain't talking about fucking
Please.
Motown song.
Yeah.
Talking about please begging and pleading. Woman. No, pleading, that means judgment.
Yep.
Put it there. Lord's gonna use these nations, you know, to fight amongst themselves. That's his judgment.
Yeah, I got that word for judgment is strong, or for plead. It's like, what's the same as judgment? It's Strong's age 8199. Shapat. To judge, govern, dictate, punish.
Hey, and we go to Isaiah the 66th chapter. He said he will plead with all flesh by fire and sword and fire with a whirlwind or something like that. Yep, you got it.
And I will plead with them, and there for my people and for my heritage, Yasharallah, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
Showing you that our people are not only these said people what they look like, but they've been scattered away from the Holy Land. They've been scattered from amongst their other people. So where they're mingling amongst the heathen may even look like the heathen. And that's why we're the one people that don't know where we truly come from. That's the great mystery that you don't know. That's the missing link, okay, to what's going on in your life. That missing link is telling you, hey, you're a righteous man, you're a righteous son of God. Live by the righteous codes that the Bible's talking about. Not by the street code, not by the code of the money or whatever, the 42 laws of it. Who cares about that bullshit? This is the real right here. What?
Going back to Jake, you know, being scattered, it's kind of like if you go away from home for a long period of time, it's like you start to forget where, you know, your old home.
Yep.
You know, if you've been placed in another geographical location, and you become so accustomed to that place because it became your new home, your new way of living, your new set of rules and all that.
Yep.
You forget about your old home. And so our people, that's exactly what happened to them. They've been scattered among the nations, and even Yahweh Shai, he even warned right before 70 AD happened that Israel would be, they would basically be scattered, dispersed among the nations, and they would be led captive among all nations. It said until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
Right.
So how much time have the Gentiles or the heathens been in power since then?
Right.
But that's how long we've been scattered away from our heritage.
So we forgot.
So
Yeah, we don't remember no more.
you know? Yeah.
You can't even count the dark ages. Right, Jacobs called themselves Romans.
Yeah, they didn't know what they were. I mean, ruling, even 1,000-year rule, without the Most High and your identity don't mean nothing.
You know, I was gonna say, as soon as the northern kingdom got taken, and separated, that then in itself, hey, we're supposed to be in unison. The ultimately both kingdoms are supposed to be brought back together.
Yep.
You know.
And you look, no, because you saying it. Because, okay, you can say the northern kingdom came over here, like we was over here, and we was ruling, we was kings amongst each other, and you know, you go into the Aztecs and the Mayans, you go into all of that, and the history looks amazing, right? But it was still without the Most High. What was they doing? Infighting, killing each other, doing all the shit they learned from the heathen over here.
Building pyramids.
The same shit they learned over in the Eastern world, where they escaped from. They're still doing the same shit. So what good was it leaving? Okay, and then you go to the northern kingdom, even in their 1,000-year rule, they were still living the ways of the heathen. So it's about the identity, the customs, and getting back into the Holy Land in the rightful position with the information and the knowledge we need to rule the earth in righteousness. All right?
I can bring a quick one. This is Baruch chapter 3, starting at 8. And it says, Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse. And
we were scattered for a reproach and a curse. Okay? Not because we just wanted to live somewhere else. Because he wanted us to see what, no. It was a punishment. You got it?
And to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power. Hear, Israel, the commandments of life. Give ear to understand wisdom.
Hear the commandments of life. When you follow these statutes, laws, and commandments, that now gives you the ability to live, to truly live the right way. Okay, now you understand why you need certain things, how to do certain things. Okay, and then the benefits begin to prosper from there. But it's just an idea of consistently staying with righteousness.
And when you depart from that, you become dead.
Yep.
Spiritually.
Yep.
Yeah, if you read 2 Ezra 13, the northern kingdom was like, yeah, we're going to leave this land, Syria, and we're going to go to a new land, and we're going to follow the ways after our fathers.
We weren't able to,
they said that, but
that ain't what happened. Yeah, exactly.
Because the Lord said in Jeremiah 17 that he's going to discontinue for the inheritance. Right? So that was a curse. Right? There wasn't nothing they can do to
they tried,
not fall away.
Verse 10, it says, How it happeneth in Israel, that thou art in thine enemy's land, that thou art waxen old in a strange country, that thou art defiled with the dead. And even though this pertains to the Neo-Babylonian Empire, when Judah got carried away to Babylon, and we was only there for decades. We weren't even there for hundreds of years, but we were considered waxing old in that land. So how much more hundreds of years here? Where our enemies pretty much dominated and ruled and controlled all sorts of learning, information, food, religious institution, your food, your education, he controlled it all. So you've been completely withdrawn from your heritage.
So we have to go to him for the one of all things, everything. Anything you want to do, you got to go to him for permission.
Yeah.
He can always say no. That's the whole point.
Meanwhile, he cosplaying as you.
Yep. He got the freedom to just do everything you want to do in the name of you. Okay? You said you got freedom.
This is Ezekiel 36:17. Son of man, when the house of Yasharallah dwelt in their own land, they defiled it by their own way and by their doings. Their way was before me as uncleanness and a removed woman. Wherefore I poured my fury upon them for the blood that they had shed upon the land.
Somebody blue letter that word removed.
And for their idols wherewith they had polluted it. And I scattered them among the heathen, and they were dispersed through the countries. According to their way and according to the doings I judged them.
Yeah, when you I believe it's in Deuteronomy the 11th chapter, but it tells you that the eyes of the Lord always beholds the Holy Land. His eyes is always upon the Holy Land. And when our people were in it, and they were basically profaning His name and polluting the land, the Lord got disgusted with it, with his inheritance. So He basically like, let me get this shit up out of here, man. I don't even want to see it no more. And that's ultimately when the Lord got pissed off. That's when He scattered Israel. When you discussed it with a child because of their disobedience in your home, you either want to fuck them up or you want to kick them out.
Yep.
So which
you get tired of fucking them up.
Yeah. You whooping them all the time, and you seeing that there ain't no they're not yielding any the results that you want. So what do? All right.
Go to the boarding
you got
school.
It.
Go to your mama house.
Yeah, you got it.
To the mama house is worse.
Yeah, you let them feed for themselves. Out, go to them streets.
Yep.
You know. So that's Israel.
Yep.
Israel's still in the streets right now.
Israel is a prodigal son, man.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we are. We're the ones that have returned. The elect are the ones that have returned. 2/3 is still out there. That's why when you read the parable about the prodigal son, it was saying the father was like, he was dead. And that's why the 2/3 got to go, because they didn't return. The 1/3 that returned, they're the one that you have in honor. You're gonna throw the big party for. Okay. Somebody had that word removed. Ezekiel 36. Yep. Because what I'm believing is going to say, it said like a woman removed. What does that mean? A woman that ain't staying at home, that ain't doing her thing at home, she out there in the streets, running around with every Tom, Dick, and Hank, trying to see what you know.
That's the Hebrew word, the dog. It says impurity, filthiness, mistress, set apart.
Harlotry, basically. Which when we're removed, we do it with idolatry. We do it in all types of ways. Okay, physically, sexually, mentally. Okay, our thoughts are not on the Heavenly Father. I'm talking about as a people, as a whole.
Yeah. When you get cast, when a wife gets casted out of her husband's home, that means that not only do she leave, but all the privileges up under that roof leaves. That covering.
Hey, you gotta take your, that's a lot to go. You gotta take your wardrobe and your jewels, you gotta take it back, because Ezekiel 16, Ezekiel 16 is gonna tell you what she gonna start on with the things that you gave her. Treat another nigga with. Oh yeah. Yeah, I want all that back.
I want all that back.
You ain't about to be out there. Yeah. All that I bought you, yeah, I need that back. Y'all go Google that song, you know.
Yeah.
What was the name of that song?
The Rain.
Yeah. Yep. You got it, brother. You gonna read a little bit out of that? Ezekiel 16. You got it. No, I'm sorry. You got it. Go ahead.
This is the NLT. Ezekiel 16 and 8 says, and when I passed by again, I saw that you were old enough for love.
Yeah, that's righteous. It's like it, bro. That's righteous, because what is this place? This tells you that this place is wicked. This place gives this woman half your shit. So now she really can ball on you, and you lost half your substance. Now she out there living it up on your dime. I know women that have done that, have hopped from man to man, living it up on half that man's work. Okay?
After she left, you still got to give her some of your substance.
That's
whether it's alimony, whether it's child support,
house equity.
Yeah.
And the messed up part is, it ain't even that the woman comes up, it's that the man takes that major hit.
Yeah.
He gets cut in half. Everything I work for is now cut in half, and the woman gone.
That's why
fucked up situation.
When we go into Isaiah the 3rd chapter about how the Lord would strip our women of their hair and their beauty and all that. That's the Lord basically making the woman vulnerable for her pride.
Yep.
I'm gonna humiliate you by stripping you, removing all these things that made you beautiful in the first place. Because your ass is haughty and proud.
Because you was ugly on the inside, I'm gonna expose that.
Yeah.
And what do they do?
And Slucky, and now you don't look like a wife.
Yep.
You look like a battered woman in the streets.
Yep.
That breakdown. You can apply it twofold. It's talking about our women in the time of affliction and war, but you can apply that to Israel as a whole.
Yep.
And you can even say that that's the Lord, putting a reality check on that woman too, man. Because that's how you, going back to that precept, that's how the Lord found us.
Yep.
And He the one that made us beautiful. So by taking everything that came with that marriage and that connection, hey, He took away that beauty too.
I was going to close out the eldest point. I was going to say the Lord, when the scripture says, He smited the scab, we took away your hair, took away the covering of a woman. But what did the woman try to do? I'm going to get a weave. I'm going to get a wig. Put a false covering, just like the nation, like the nation of Israel did. Well, I'm gonna cleave to Christianity. I'm gonna cleave to Islam. I'm gonna cleave to all these false coverings where, hey, like you see a woman with a weave, like that ain't your real shit. You know what I mean? Like when that's how we look at the rest of the day. Like that ain't your real power. That's not your,
That's not your real beauty.
Right.
Hey, I personally, don't get me wrong, if a woman keep her hair up, she can have the natural. She can have a little Jeanne fade or whatever she doing. The natural look always looks better if you wear that. Now your other features stand out. Enjoy what you got. But that's our people. Our people want to look like the damn heathen, all dressed up and all looking with so make sure you didn't have what them things called when they do the gauges in the ear, tattooed up everywhere. That's just ugly. On our people, it's ugly on the heathen too, but especially ugly on that as the apostle said, you see that, just run. You know that's a damn demon. They got that shit. You got it.
Now this back in Ezekiel 16:8 NLT, it says, and when I passed by again, I saw that you were old enough for love.
Yep.
So I wrapped my cloak around
You're
you.
now mature and ready, okay? Because we were young and tender, okay? Go ahead.
It's like Israel hitting puberty,
Yep.
and now ready for marriage.
Yep.
And continuing, 8, it says, so I wrapped my cloak around you to cover your nakedness and declare my marriage vows.
Yep.
What was the marriage vows?
all set to commandments.
All set to
Yeah, the covenant.
Yep.
Covenant, man. We're joined to the Lord through the covenant of the law. Lawyer, join unto me. Go ahead.
Yeah, continue. I made a covenant with you, says the sovereign power, and you became mine. Then I bathed you and washed off your blood, and I rubbed fragrant oils into your skin.
Hey, I gotta bring this up. That was a beautiful scene. One of my favorite movies that didn't get no play. That's how you know it was a righteous movie. The Birth of a Nation. When he cleaned the woman up, she was all beat up. That's a good one right there. He was able to see through all the bruises and scabs and the dehydration and all that. She was all tore up, and still brought her. And then they nourished her back. And they showed it. They gave time in the movie of nourishing her back together. And she wasn't really a big part of the movie, like the story, but it was. Okay, so looking at that, that's how you got to look at how we are as a nation. We need to be resuscitated. We need to be nourished. We need to be oiled up. You know what I'm saying? Cocoa butter, the whole nine. Shea butter, all of that.
They need moisture.
We need it.
Moisturize it, man.
And it starts with the wisdom. It starts with the fear. Okay? Yeah.
Continue. Verse 9, then I bathed you and washed off your blood and rubbed fragrant oils into your skin. I gave you expensive clothing of fine linen and silk, beautifully embroidered.
This is literal, but it's also figurative. Keep that duality going.
And sandals made of fine goatskin leather. This is Ezekiel 16:11.
You out there barefoot, stepping on rocks and all kinds of shit, feet all hard, got the heel crackling, and you gotta get that pumice stone. Hey, he dolled us up. But watch how this story go though. This is our nation in a nutshell. I love this chapter.
Yeah, what man doesn't want his woman to be clean and
Decked out.
Man, bring you glory.
Looking good, smelling good. She got a manicure, she got a pedicure.
Yep.
She got shea butter on her
Smell
skin.
good.
She got the finest
Yeah.
fabrics on.
Yep.
She's
She's
bathed
shaved,
in oil. She's in shade.
hair done.
Yeah. She got the jewels on.
Yep. And her eyes shouldn't be all out here at every looking for attention. You know, you get her, you like, man, she just going, I decked her out, she gonna just be with me. Not our people.
I gave you lovely jewelry, bracelets, beautiful necklaces, a ring for your nose, earrings for your ears, and a lovely crown for your head.
Yeah, we ain't talking about no clairs. We're talking about real gold, silver, rubies, precious rubies, diamonds, all that.
It says, and a lovely crown for your head. And so you were adorned with gold and silver.
That crown comes with power, by the way. Go ahead.
Your clothes were made of fine linen and were beautifully embroidered.
And if you want to know how that makes sense for our nation, look at the time of King David and King Solomon. We were decked out with power. Okay? Wisdom. You got it?
Queen Sheba said,
Yeah. Like the doorman was the king.
she thought the doorman was the king.
He was so decked out. Yep.
You ate the finest foods, choice flour, honey, and olive oil, and became more beautiful than ever.
Yep.
You looked like a queen, and so you were.
Yep.
Q-U-E-E-N.
Yeah.
It says your fame.
Look at that word Q-U-E-A, and that's what our women look like now. That's what our nation is now. Just to shortcut you, it's prostitute. Or scantily clad woman, whore.
There's a difference.
Okay? Huh?
There's a difference between
Yeah. Yep. But the other one, the E-A-N derives from that. And women think that that's the same. They just think it's the royalty. They don't see the promiscuity that tapped into. They think they just see power. But then how you gonna be a queen without a? Hey, Patrice O'Neal said it the coldest way. The queen is nothing more than the king's bitch. Straight up. It's nothing. She can't even really be a queen without him first choosing her.
A lot of the queens from ancient Egypt, a lot of them were what they would call what's the they practice
Emery. Multiple men.
They were polyamorous or polyandry. So they had multiple husbands. So that definitely meant you was a whore. But you were just considered a royal whore. And that's what these modern women, hey, they there's no shame in that.
Hey,
That's an honor. That's honorable to be considered a highly praised, pedestalized whore.
I'm gonna say honorable, but how disrespectful is it to but I'm saying honorable as a heathen to be able to slut out the king's woman? That's how the heathen look at you Israelites. I'm talking about you Negro, Latino, Native Americans across the world. You're easily slutted out. Look what I got her nasty ass doing. And our women are physically going over there and getting slutted out in Dubai, thinking they're coming back with big bags and all that. That's chump change to them, man. It's the equivalent of being a $2 whore over here. Is what they're doing to our women over there. Okay?
They swimming in oil money over there.
Literally.
They just throw little, peanuts at you, and you willing to get feces on.
Yep. Got all bacteria and all, man. That's how they look at you.
Yeah, that word queens in the NLTs.
Yeah.
We got the word. It's supposed to be law.
What was the word in the
So take you to the kingdom.
kingdom?
It says royalty.
Yeah.
It's age 44:27.
Yeah, because we didn't have Israelites. We didn't have queens.
Yep.
It was kings and princesses. That was
And
it.
the wife
There
of
was
the
no
king.
queen.
Yeah,
The
the
only,
wife of the king.
Esther only became a queen because she was under Xerxes.
Yeah, that's why.
That wasn't
Iran.
That was their custom.
Women ain't supposed to have that kind of power.
I used to think all the time when they say the queen of England, I just wondered who the fuck is the king?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They never would say, oh, the king,
Who was her husband?
yeah, who's her husband?
Back in NLT, verse 14, it says, your fame soon spread throughout the world because of your beauty. I dressed you in my splendor and perfected your beauty, says the sovereign powers. But you thought your fame and beauty were your own. So you gave yourself as a prostitute to every man who came along.
Hey, that's my fault. It's running brought it up. He said the word queen, we act like we don't know what the alphabet term is used for. Trans, you know, male. Yeah, you know, trans person. Count, you got it. So there's my fault. So there's not an honorable word for that. We don't believe in that word. Hey, and that's why the reality is like I brought up Patrice O'Neal. That's all it is. You're just the king's wife. And and Solomon has 700 of them, Israelite women, and 300 heathen women. Okay? You got it, bro.
Says, but you thought your fame and beauty were your own, so you gave yourself as a prostitute to every man who came along. Your beauty was theirs for the asking. You used the lovely things I gave you to make shrines for idols where you played the prostitute. Unbelievable. How could such thing ever happen? You took the very jewels and gold and silver ornaments.
Go back and read that, what it said, fake the harlot part. Verse up or something. Yeah, I got to quick this up.
Go back to 15. It says, but you thought your fame and beauty were your own, so you gave yourself as a prostitute to every man who came along.
Stop right there. Go ahead.
This is on Sirach 26.
And we're still keeping the duality of our nation. This is literally what's going on with our women, but it's also the duality of what's spiritually happening with our nation. You got it?
Sirach 26 and verse 9 says, the whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty.
And then look, independent women, that idea is preposterous, man.
Girls night out.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Girls trip.
Man, hey, in the ancient world, they had eunuchs that would go to make sure that not only the woman stayed in line, but nobody took advantage of them. Now these women just be out there. You throw a couple of drinks at a woman, she's open all night, open for service.
At the point, the woman that throws the drinks at you, try to get you fucked up.
Yep. Get you to run into it. Yep. You got one more.
It says, watch over an impudent eye, and marvel not if she trespass against you.
Because she's subject to that. Okay, she's weak that way.
She would open her mouth as
but our nation do the same thing. We're subject to want to be looking at the white man on the cross at JC. We're looking at Buddha, fat ass, you know, with all the gauges and all this other, you know. Did y'all notice Buddha had like fruit on his mouth, slopping ass? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? All these that's eggworms. All these other Shivas and all these extra arms and all this nasty shit. Our people love to be all in all this stuff. Okay? Hopping on every little spiritual man that they can hop onto but their own.
She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he had found a fountain and drink of every water near her.
Hey, that's spiritual too, because the scriptures talk about how Israel have forsaken the fountains of living water. They're going after these other water flows, and it's just contaminated. They're putting it in their vessels and it's just leaking out. You know what I mean? But as long as our people are in this fashion where they're over here, they over there, they all over the place, Jake is going to continue under those conditions where they're cursed. Every time our people are focused in many different directions, and they forget their higher power, their source origin, that's where they're ruined.
Promiscuous woman, on today's term, she in the streets.
Yeah.
She's for the streets.
She get all of, she taking in the DNA of all these different men, taking on their vibration, their traits.
Yeah. And when she gets in her 40s, mid-30s, that's when she want to settle down and find a good man.
She want to do that, or she's fed up with men.
And you got to think, bitch, why do you think you deserve a good man?
Yeah. What honorable works have you done that warrants you somebody worthy all of a sudden? All of a sudden. I was in my whole phase. I was in my city girl phase. Well, you fucked up because you were never supposed to have them phases. But this is also our people. Our people were supposed to have this, so we learned to never part from the Father ever again. Yeah. Is there a little more in there? You got it right there. Well, he gonna grab quick information. You got it.
It says, she would open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he had found a fountain, and drink of every water near her.
Yep. Let me sip that one, let me taste this, let me sample that.
By every hedge will she sit down and open her quiver.
Wait, let me ask, who got the, let me get the sign of all the gods. Let me get that one.
Just right.
Yeah. You see that? Our people are the only one that's in everything. You can go one by one and say who's in them. You can name the nation of people that's in this. But only our people is in all of this shit.
Right. You won't find a Moabite heavy into Islam.
Right.
Or you won't find
I mean one or two, but I mean like a lot of them. There's a lot of our people in all of this, man.
Right.
You know? You'll find a lot of Hindus in that, but you won't find a lot of Hindus, you know, in this guy. You know?
You don't see the Hindus worshiping the gods of Ma'at and all that bullshit.
Where the Hindus at in Scientology? Like the mass millions that's in that. You know?
Well, a lot of our people honor Shiva when they grow them dreads out.
This is the entertainment deity.
Oh yes,
who got all the
androgynous?
Yeah, you know, and that's why when you see our people with that LGBT, you know, energy on them, they go all the way out. That be this. Okay, because what do? They want the attention out of it. They want to somehow get prosperous off of it.
That's Epstein.
It's a woman that's I don't know if it's true or not, but she claims to be Epstein's niece. She said that the cult that they've been leading, it goes back to a cult of Baal worship. They literally worship Baal in this cult, and that's why they do a lot of this child sacrificing, trafficking, because it commemorates an early deity. Going back to the ancient Canaanites, the Phoenicians, that was a Canaanite practice.
Is Baal or Molech the same deity?
Well, Baal it simply means Lord, but any god in that region that they made their god, they called him Baal. Like that was their Lord. Right. And Molech was a Lord. You know, all those Canaanite deities.
Apis was like the bull.
That was later with the Greeks. You know. But yeah.
But only our people is ones. This is our us as a nation drinking from every fountain.
If somebody can get Psalm 106, like around the 30, starting around like the 35th verse. Because you know when we reading about what the Epstein files and the heinous acts that they're doing, these are just the same odious works going back to the early days.
They know these work.
Ancient Sumerian, Mesopotamian, Canaanite families and their practices of worship. You know, that's ultimately what it goes back to. And our people were heavy into it. Our people, they were immersed into it. When the Lord warned them from the beginning, don't do it. Don't intermingle. Don't integrate. Don't make any agreements with them. Don't marry them. None of that, because it's gonna influence you.
Just like you had with Jake. but they could speak a heathenistic language and couldn't speak the Hebrew.
Yeah.
Couldn't think what come down.
I think that was in Nehemiah.
Yeah.
They're speaking half the language of Ashdod. Yeah. Yeah.
34. Psalms 106, starting from 34.
Start at 28, bro.
Psalms 106 and 28. They joined themselves also under Baal Peor and ate the sacrifices of the dead. Thus,
Who was Baal Peor? What deity was that known to represent? Baal Peor.
That's the community god. That's Baal.
That's Barith. Which basically means Lord of the Covenant. But no, Baal Peor. There was a reason why they would commemorate it a particular way. You know she gonna spin back. You know she gonna spin back.
It was what, bro? Yeah.
There was a way that they commemorated that particular deity. Yeah.
that's what I got right here. This is Baal Peor, Lord of the Opening, who localized Moabite, Midianite deity associated with fertility, agriculture, and sexual rights. Worship on Mount Peor.
Sexual rights.
Yeah. That's like Ishtar. You said going to fertility.
Yeah. So you would have to commit sexual immorality to commemorate Baal Peor. That's where you get that whole licentious, debauched, that liberal energy. It all goes back to that, the commemoration of that deity. So a lot of this corrupt behavior is influenced by idolatrous practices. That's why the Lord told us to stay away from it. Our people, they indulge in it every day. Right? Epstein, that whole thing, they just using those practices because they understood that those Canaanites and those Hamitic nations, they received left-hand power through those practices. It's like you're conjuring up a demons, spirits.
It's really witchcraft.
Yeah.
Right, there's a reason why the witch that we know on TV and cartoons, it always goes after children, man.
Yep. and look.
Babies.
And who else? The childlike minded.
And she would always have a pot cooking up something.
Conjuring up some
Conjuring
shit,
up
man.
some shit.
So why does Walgreens have a cauldron? That's what it's called. As their symbol, I guess is the best way to say it. They're trying to get rid of that, but you see, it's a pharmacy. Okay, and what does the word pharmakia mean? Witchcraft. Okay, this stuff ain't just adding up like this on accident. It's the truth. All right. Yeah, who are you still reading? Oh, yeah, you used to read.
And it's Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 12. And it reads, for the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them, the corruption of life.
It is. And that's why it's what proceeded out of a man. Because the heart is wicked, is desperately wicked, and deceitful and desperately wicked. Who can know it? Because people will come up with all kinds of many inventions. That's why when you even got to the time of the Romans was talking about at Mars Hill, people just gather to hear something new. And you create up something different to hear.
Yeah.
That was a new idea.
That was primarily Judah.
Yep.
Remember, even going back to the time of the Babylonian Empire, and Judah, they had as many gods as they had cities.
Yep.
They had you got shrines of this god over here, then you got shrines of this god over here. And every day you offering meat offerings to him. You're taking the preparation and cooking and the rituals that you partaking in.
That's like reminds you of the kids leave out milk and cookies.
Yep.
For Santa.
It was
Same thing.
The accountability of the dragon was there.
Yeah. You gonna make some good cookies.
That's why the scriptures say they that make them are like unto them.
And that's the
Are
thing.
like hateful to the Most High.
Yep. Our people are devout to the idols. They ain't devout to the Most High.
It's jumping down to Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 22. It says, moreover, this was not enough for them, that they erred in the knowledge of the Most High, but whereas they lived in the great war of ignorance, those so great plagues called they peace. For whilst they slew their children in sacrifices, or used secret ceremonies, or made revelings of strange rites, they kept neither their lives,
R-I-T-E. Yes. Right.
they kept neither their lives nor marriages any longer undefiled, but either one slew another treacherously, or grieved him by adultery. I'm gonna jump down 27. It says, for the worshiping of idols not to be named is the beginning, the cause, and the end of all evil.
Yep.
That's why the Lord had put them laws in place to put away that evil from among us. If a family member got caught secretly trying to entice you to worship another god, the law was you got to be the first one to put them out, send them back to the spiritual one. That's how tight the Lord had it, man. Because that was a strict, no tolerant policy on idolatry. He's a jealous God, man.
Yeah, quick read. Sirach 10 and 12. The beginning of pride is when one departed from Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai.
And I had him in Psalm 106. I hope you still there?
Yes.
All right, we're going to go back to that as well, but you got it.
The beginning of pride is when one departed from Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, and his heart is turned away from his maker.
Yep. So now your mind is focused on the rights of these other deities and these other idols.
How to please the other men, so to speak.
Yep. Not how to please the Most High. Exactly. Yeah, but hit it.
Isaiah 27 and 9. By this therefore shall the iniquity of Jacob be purged, and this is all the fruit to take away his sin. When he maketh all the stones of the altars of chalk stones that are beaten in sunder, the groves and images shall not stand up.
Gotta get rid of all that. What scripture that said the works shall be burned up? Is that Peter?
Yeah, 2 Peter.
Yep. Gotta get all that taken out.
Oh, it says one of my
Yep. But let him. We gotta go. 106. Right?
106:29. Thus they provoked him to anger with their inventions, and the plague brake in upon them. Then stood up Phinehas, executed judgment, and so the plague was stayed, and that was counted unto him for righteousness unto all generations forevermore.
So that was righteous.
Yeah.
For Phinehas to take that sword out and just start slaying thousands of jakes that was joined unto Baal Peor. That was righteous.
Yeah, he was putting evil away from Israel.
That's it. It said that the state of plague away from Israel.
State.
Is that what it said?
And so the plague stayed. Yeah, it stayed. So it stopped.
It stopped.
And then
So that Baal Peor spirit was plaguing Israel. So the Lord had to bring judgment down to stop that plague. You know? It was plaguing Israel.
Yep.
They was getting it in with the Midianite women and Moabite women, and completely serving them, like serving their gods. You know, getting all into it. Go ahead.
And that was counted unto him for righteousness unto all generations forevermore. They angered him also at the waters of strife, so that it went ill with Moses for their sakes, because they provoked his spirit, so that he spoke unadvisedly with his lips. They did not destroy the nations, concerning whom the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai commanded them. But
And what was those nations?
Canaanites.
Canaanites, the 7 families. All right. The Lord specifically told us, do not, when you go into the land, do not make any marriages with them, or make no covenants with them.
Also
Destroy their standing images, break up their altars.
The Canaanites were him from
Yeah, they were Hamites. Yeah. Go ahead.
they did not destroy the nations concerning whom the Lord commanded them, but were mingled among the heathen and learned their works. And they served their idols, which were a snare unto them.
Yeah, keep going.
They sacrificed their sons and daughters unto devils and shed innocent blood.
Ain't a lot of our people doing that today?
Even the blood
Hey, it's like it. Planned Parenthood. They don't even realize our especially Judah. They've been sacrificing their sons, by the millions. And they don't never. Our women show you how corrupted our women have became. They ain't never really looked into that whole organization and what they've been doing with the remains after they abort those children. That's a whole market.
Shit go deep, man. They even got contracts with these fast food restaurants of being able to put a certain amount of those remains of those fetuses in the food. They don't even know that.
Pepsi.
Coca-Cola, all that.
Coke.
Yeah, all that shit.
Our woman is assisting them in that wicked organization, man.
And it's helpful. Look, think about it. So you go out and be a harlot, just go run the streets and be, commit adultery left and right, and then guess what? We're gonna profit off of that. Not only because you're buying. If you're not gonna buy condoms, you're gonna help us make money this way.
Yep.
If you're not gonna, then all of it's gonna keep you away from your God. Okay.
But it's a way to depopularize Jake also.
Depopulate, yeah.
Depopulate Jake.
It's pretty much another form of eugenics.
That's who runs them companies. Planned Parenthood. And it's what was it, the mother? The grandmother? The grandmother of Gates.
Bill Gates.
Yeah. Bill Gates, whatever. Yeah.
And they shed innocent blood, even the blood of their sons and their daughters, whom they sacrificed unto the idols of Canaan. And the land was polluted with blood. Thus were they defiled with their own works, and went a whoring with their own inventions. Therefore was the wrath of Yahweh kindled against his people, insomuch that he abhorred his own inheritance.
Man, so the Most High was just so disgusted with his inheritance. He looking down on his land and seeing his people, put their children through the fire, roasting, sacrificing them in the fires.
Nasty ass, abominable meats.
Abominable meats being offered up. Basically partaking in cultic behavior. Like we see in these cults today, and they all huddled up and they chanting, doing chants and shit with something cooking in the background. More than likely a human. They got on robes and shit with the hoods. Yeah. Eating from skulls and human. It's crazy, man. It sounds gruesome, but that's literally what our people were doing.
And they were better off then than now. They were better off then than now. Not that was good, but saying we're worse now.
They get into Hollywood and resume the same practices. In order for you to get big in Hollywood, you got to go through them same rites.
Yep. They got these celebrities. They have a baby and they fucking baby 3 years old. Baby died. What the fuck? Yeah. Like a 3-year-old gonna die, drown in a pool. Yeah, some shit. Fuck. That dude, DeVito. Yep. The Afrobeats rapper or whatever. His baby down 3 years old. Hey, that's the sacrifice, man. It's the sacrifice you got to do to make it big in this world and to get these so-called millions. Man. When you worship Esau, man, which is the physical counterpart of Satan, you have to bow down to him. You have to do these rituals. You have to sacrifice your family.
And tying it back to the island, okay? That's where they were going to really get real loose. Bring all the energy, conjure up all that energy in mass number. Okay, there, the Grove in California. Okay, I shouldn't have to say, we shouldn't have to tell you the names of them for you to know. But if you don't know, I'll tell you. Bohemian Grove, Epstein Island. They got all kinds of places like this. Davos.
These mansions in Hollywood Hills.
Yeah. What do you think? That's why I'm curious to see what they do with the Playboy Mansion now. Okay, because that dude having it gone. But let's see what they do now.
There's always a big food off.
Always something popping off. Yeah. Bunnies.
Somebody get also Wisdom of Solomon 12. Starting like at 11.
Is that the one that chapter?
Well, it goes into the practices,
I got a quick one.
and it's dealing with the same nation, Canaan.
Here go one real quick. First Esdras, chapter 8, I'm going to start with verse 69. I'm going to jump down. It said, the nation of Israel, the princes and priests and Levites have not put away from them the strange people of the land, nor the pollutions of the Gentiles, to wit, of the Canaanites, Hittites, Perizzites, Jebusites, and Moabites, Egyptians, and Edomites. For both they and their sons have married with their daughters, and the holy seed is mixed with the strange people of the land. And from the beginning of this matter, the rulers and the great men have been partakers of this iniquity.
See, now when you somebody get Genesis 28 real quick. When you go back to when Isaac and Rebekah, was on the scene, they specifically instructed. Really, it was for both of them, Jacob and Esau, but primarily it was to Jacob. Do not marry into the Canaanite family. Yeah. Do not take a daughter of Canaan. Specifically told him, don't. If anything, go to your uncle in Iran, Laban, and you'll be able to find your wife there. But what did Esau do?
Genesis 28, verse 5. And Isaac sent away Jacob, and he went to Hardan Aram unto Laban, son of Bethuel the Syrian, the brother of Rebekah.
And you can trace that back into the royal family line. Okay? You can trace that back. You go all the way back through the righteous lineage, and then it jumps over in the 11th or the 10th chapter with the table of nations. You'll see where it parts, because the blessing didn't go through them. You thought that we were sons of Abraham?
What's that scripture? It said, thou shalt not abhor.
It says Edomite, but we know it's really the Assyrians.
Yeah,
It's one jot, one tittle.
They thought it was an Aramaic, right?
Yeah.
Which is Assyrian. Because the Ra and the Da character is why they translated it as Edom instead of Aram.
They changed it in the Strong's and the book. They'll say
You don't say it, Sarah. I know.
Yeah.
They be watching our videos. That's why.
Yeah. We know.
The brother of Rebekah, Jacob and Esau's mother. When Esau saw that Isaac had blessed Jacob and sent him away to Padan Aram to take him a wife from thence, and that as he blessed him, he gave him a charge, saying, thou shalt not take a wife of the daughters of Canaan.
So this is before Moses.
Funny.
This is way before Moses' time.
For the law.
Before the law. Do not fuck with them Canaanites.
And it's going back to what you were just talking about, how Esau, that's the first nation you went to. It's not a coincidence that that's the gods and the ideologies that they cleave to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You went right to them and saw the power that they had. And so,
You want that power.
These bitches is beautiful. Look how
Plus,
black they skin is.
Let me get my cup. Take my cup.
you know that it intrigued them because Paul described Esau as being a fornicator and profane person. So practicing the Canaanite rituals and customs, you can't get no more profane than that. You know?
These the people, our people even grip on, latch on to trying to be a Canaanite rather than being an Israelite.
Go from there to Genesis 36.
That's good seed over there.
And also, are you still in Genesis 28?
Yeah.
Go back to Genesis 28 and then read, I think, verse 9 real quick, and then go to Genesis 36. It's plausible that when Esau did these things, I'm pretty sure he incorporated or adopted the Canaanite customs and practices. He learned that, marrying into them.
9. Then went Esau unto Ishmael, and took unto the wives which he had Mahalath, the daughter of Ishmael, Abraham's son, and the sister of Nabaioth, to be his wife. Oh no.
What does it say up above?
Yeah, I read that. And Esau seeing that.
Did you read verse 6?
You read it again.
Read it again.
And when Esau saw that Isaac had blessed Jacob and sent him away to Padan Aram and take him a wife from thence, and that as he blessed him, he gave him a charge, saying, Thou shalt not take a wife from the daughters of Canaan. And that Jacob obeyed his father and his mother, and was gone to Padan Aram. And Esau, seeing that the daughters of Canaan pleased not Isaac his father, then went Esau unto Ishmael and took unto the wives which he had.
So initially, he knew his mother and father's instructions not to deal with the Canaanites. So he was like, all right, I'll go give me a wife of Ishmael. I'll take me an Ishmael. So he went and did that first. But then, later, he said, man, fuck that. Man, they don't know. What the hell they talking about, man? And he went and got him a Canaanite. Yeah, And you better believe you some ugly, black ass, ashy, stinking ass bras, man.
Just the way you like it. Just what he done slutted the Israelite women out to become.
Yeah. 36. Read the first 2 verses.
That came when they put the big ass plates in their lips. That came.
Exactly. So,
It could be Canaan.
Probably had the big ass plates.
They have the bead things around their neck and their necks all elongated.
We know the so-called Egyptians, we know that they're known for their stature, their height, but they do some of the same shit. Their customs are just as vain and low, base.
But aren't there different kind of Canaanite gods and like under?
Yeah, it's a lot of them. Just like the Egyptians. The Egyptians got a lot of deities. A lot of it stems from mythology.
Yeah.
They mythologize their gods because their gods don't exist.
This is information going into that ritual gauging, your lips and ears. It says ear gauges have a rich ancient history with spiritual meaning centering on connecting with the divine, making major life transitions, and symbolizing wisdom, strength, and status. Historically, cultures in Africa, Mesoamerica, and Asia have stretched both lobes to represent maturity, high social status, and to open themselves to spiritual influences.
That makes sense why you'll see a lot of the tribes down in South America and the Amazon. It kind of parallels some of the behavior of the Hamlets.
Apocalypto.
They down there butt naked. They got the big things, the nose things, the big gauges, the stretched out lobes.
The most evilest tribe in that movie, Apocalypto.
Platelets, they do the same down there too. So our people are pretty much, they turn into heathens. And then also down there, they discovered those big Olmec heads. Those were like landmarks. You know? So our people were influenced by them Canaanites. Because the Lord, Solomon, he was sending them over here to this side of the world. That's how they knew about the Americans. Right?
All right. This is talking about the connection to the divine, the reason why they do it. It says in many cultures, particularly among the Maya and Aztecs, ear stretching was believed to invite spirits and gods into the body. So, it's like the bigger they go on the ear, it's like better the satellite.
That's what it sounds.
This is Genesis 36.
Hey, with this knowledge, that's comical, man.
Yeah.
These heathen rituals is comical, man. It's fun. We laugh at it.
It's very vain. It's base. It's emptiness.
Better insight to why they're so locked out.
You get into you study into it, you come to realize, man, this shit is fucking empty. It's meaningless.
Wow.
It's brutish. It's beastly.
Yeah,
And it's a
Yeah, it's brutish. You know, that's why the Lord, he the Most High, he. It's like when you read the Lord addressing a lot of their idols, he purposely insults their gods. You know? Elijah, he was mocking the prophets of Baal. You know? You got it.
Genesis 36. Verse 1. Now these are the nations of Esau, who is Edom. Esau took his wives as the daughter of Canaan.
Look,
off the top.
and he just went and did it. He said, fuck what my parents told me. You know? I'm gonna marry my second one, and she gotta be a king. And you know, once you marry into another nation, you start to absorb their culture.
That's why he told him not to. That's what I was reading in First Edmonds.
So it's not a surprise, and it's very plausible that Esau learned that shit, and it became prevalent amongst them. But they probably put their own little spins to it, their own little twists. Like they had their deity, Quaz, the god of the Edomite.
Got a big
long nose.
Very minimal.
Yeah. So they had their own little practices, but it was still going back to these pagan nations that were around. Right? Esau, he's profane, and that's why he got to be put down. Go ahead.
Esau took his wives of the daughter of Canaan, Adah, the daughter of Elon, the Hittite, and Aholibamah, the daughter of Anah, the daughter of Zibeon, the Hittite or Hivite.
Yeah, so he married into it. So it's safe to say that just like Jake, when they started mingling and marrying with the Canaanites, they was doing some of the same odious shit. So now let's segue into Wisdom of Solomon 12. It's just, when you read it, just picture wicked Jake's doing this shit. You even picture King Solomon. You can even picture him. He was up in age, but he got into it and he studied it, and that's what inspired him to write in his Proverbs and his Ecclesiastes, Songs of Solomon, and he included that all this shit is vanity and vexation of spirit, because he got to study into all this stuff, man. He realized, man, this shit is all madness. And then he even, when he made that statement about women, how he found out one woman righteous, it's because he married 1,000 of them. And they was all involved in that pagan, ritualistic wickedness. Them women, hey, when you look at women in the holiday spirit, they put their soul into that shit. They gotta be the one decorating the house. They gotta be the one in the kitchen, preparing the meal. They gotta be the one playing the carols or whatever, the music to go with it.
Man's not involved in it, he ain't gonna get no leg.
Huh?
Yep. So, you know, see his ass on the roof, putting the lights on, you know, building the snowman and all that, falling out the fucking.
Taking pictures of ones.
Yeah.
Group pictures, you know?
That's your one.
All that
Grown
one.
ass man.
Dog on your lap.
And we say this in jest, but it ain't really a joke. Because the elders are making a strict point about is that you get engulfed in it chasing the woman. Or it says, I was just going to quote it, you know. Same thing. Many men have run out of their wits, out of their intelligence for the sake of women. And it has led them to destruction, to say it in a short form.
Solomon, Adam.
And Solomon had it all. He was the king, basically, of the world, you could say. He was the king, and nobody could take him down, but who took him down? A woman. Why do you think Yahweh and Paul wasn't dealing like that? Why do you think Paul strictly warned what would happen if you dealt with women? You know, it's a different life for us. It's a disclaimer. This is what's going to happen to you if you deal with her. And if you choose the wrong one, she will try her best to pull you up out. Okay? That's the nature of the battle. You deal with it. You got to decide. Wisdom of Solomon 12?
So Wisdom of Solomon chapter 12 verse 1 says, for that incorruptible spirit is in all things. Therefore chastenest thou them by little and little that offend, and warnest them by putting them in remembrance wherein they have offended, that leaving their wickedness they may believe on thee, O Lord. For it was thy will to destroy by the hands of our fathers both those old inhabitants of thy holy land.
And that was the Canaanites. They were there first. And yes, they did speak Hebrew. They spoke the holy language. You know? That's why the Lord had to confound the languages. Right? And the Lord, he also chose that land for us. Before we got in there, it was occupied by these people. Doing a lot of the Epstein shit that we hear about. Way before Epstein. And Epstein, he's just a face, man. That whole operation with him, that's just the tip of the iceberg. It goes way deeper than that guy, man. Right? Them super powerful, rich elite families, they got all type of operations going on worldwide.
It says, verse 3, verse 4, it says, whom thou hatest for doing most odious works of witchcrafts and wicked sacrifices, and also those
They practice magic, witchcraft, sorcery. They were abducting little children and sacrificing them to their false gods. Hey, our land was polluted before we got in there, man. It was filthy. So when the Lord finally allowed us to go up in there, it was justified to go in there and slaughter and take them out.
Yeah. I always say this upon reading that, was in Judges.
Yeah.
I used to wonder, like, damn, why the Most High didn't have us kill all them fucking Canaanites?
Yeah.
But the Most High was, he had thousands steps ahead because he knew Jacob was going to go off, and he needed them to rule over us.
The direct answer to that, real quick. Get Judges 3. Get Judges 3 real quick. I'll read it for you. It tells you exactly why the Lord suffers and the Canaanites are still dwell in the land. Get Judges 3 and go down to the end of the chapter. Hold on. Suck it. I'm tripping. Start at the top. Yeah.
Judges 3:1. Now these are the nations which the Lord left to prove Israel by them, even as many of Israel had not known all the wars of Canaan.
We said it already.
Yeah.
Now jump from there to the second chapter.
Second chapter?
Yeah. And then start at 20.
Verse 20 in Judges 2:20. And the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel, and he said, because that this people has transgressed my covenant, which I commanded. And it came to pass, when the judge was dead, that they returned and corrupted themselves more than their fathers, in following other gods to serve them and to bow down unto them. They ceased not from their own doings, nor from their stubborn way.
It's like when your father leaves and you know you can kind of push over your mom, how bad the kids get. It's a similar thing. The judge was more strict. When he had passed on, now they was like, okay, this one ain't as strict as him. We can get loose.
Kind of like a teacher.
Yep.
Like how you act with
Substitution.
Verse 20. And the anger of the Lord Yahweh was hot against Israel, and he said, because that this people have transgressed my covenant, which I commanded their fathers, and have not hearkened unto my voice, I also will not henceforth drive out any from before them of the nations which Joshua left when he died.
So I will not drive them out. And there was a reason why.
We're going to continue to get effed up.
And the ones that we came in the land to rule over is the ones that's going to, we going to fuck up and they're going to eventually rule over us.
Read verse 22. Read all the way down to the end.
That through them I may prove Israel whether they will keep my way, whether they will keep the way of the Lord to walk therein, as their fathers did keep it or not. Therefore the Lord left those nations without driving them out hastily, neither delivered he them into the hands of Joshua.
So pretty much to test them. I'm gonna leave them in the land just to see if y'all gonna really
Similar to what we're going through now, to see if we'll be corrupted by this world, especially after knowing the truth. By the end of this thing, we'll be at the edge. Like, are we going to be compromised? No, the Lord is going to step in. Okay? On our behalf.
That's why Paul was mentioning about the day of provocation in the wilderness.
The hour of temptation.
He kept basically charging them and exhorting them to not have that evil heart of unbelief and depart from the Most High. And talking about the deceitfulness of sin, because our people, they were being enticed, by those wicked works. They couldn't help themselves.
They look prosperous. They look fun.
The very second The very second they get a little wiggle room or a little bit of liberty, they're rising up to play, building golden calves and shit.
Coming over here to the Americas, building pyramids and shit.
Yep.
You know, I think one of the videos I was watching, they just found some pyramids in, I want to say North Carolina or somewhere recently.
Kentucky, somewhere like that.
Somewhere over there, yeah.
Yeah, where it was all covered with forest. They said they did that. I was like, that AI, that's real, but I didn't see that. Temple Mountain.
Niggas all over here doing wickedness, you know, doing the same shit they did over there in the land.
So go back to Wisdom of Solomon.
Back in Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12. And I left off at verse 4. It says, I'll start at verse 3 again. It says, for it was thy will to destroy by the hands of our fathers both those old inhabitants of thy holy land, who thou hatest for doing most odious works of witchcrafts and wicked sacrifices, and also those merciless murderers of children and devourers of man's flesh and the feast of blood.
Tying it back all the way what you're talking about, all the rituals that they're doing today, they got them out of the East.
That's it, feast of blood.
Yep. Means flesh.
That crow. Hey, so the fucking Canaanites, they knew about the power of that shit.
B-L-O-O.
Yeah. They probably knew, like, yeah, you drink the blood, and it stops you from aging. You know? It's like, how would you even, you know what I'm saying? Like, how would you even know this shit?
Yeah. What was you thinking about trying to try that?
Yeah. That's how wicked they were.
Why would that thought come in your mind like, let's try this?
Yeah, you know.
Go ahead.
It says, with their priests out of the midst of their idolatrous crew and the parents.
Idolatrous crew.
Yeah. The brothers see the new avatar? Dang. I don't want to give it up, but it's a part in there of the main ditch, the wick one, that's covered in ashes. They be practicing that act. You know, they show her actually conjuring up spirits in like a cauldron. It's like a little bowl that she did it in. You know, and also with the blood, man. Yeah, come on. She gave it to him. Hey, he did. She looked like a gangbang shit, man.
It says, with the priest out of the midst of their idolatrous crew.
It's basically like a cult. It's a straight up cult, man. And then they have their left hand priest, or priestess, and they usually are witches.
Don't touch the bed. Don't touch the bed.
Right, because like the Levites, the priests, they do things where, you know, they're like, for example, the jealousy potion. Numbers, the 5th chapter. A lot of people will see that, you know, like if Levi is doing shit like that in Haiti, that would be considered witchcraft. But really, it's actually a righteous, a right hand priestly act. Because you're cracking down on adultery.
They showed in the Last King.
Yeah.
See?
Right.
Fuck it, I got the law of blood. Leviticus 17:12 NLT. This is why I have said to the people of Israel, you must never eat or drink blood, neither you nor the foreigners living among you. This is one of the laws Esau broke, and he's sitting up there with Jacob, but he didn't have a law, but he knew better. That's why Jacob said, "Nah, man, don't just wait. Okay, then swear me this day and give me thy birthright." Meaning, it's an absurd request. That's something that you shouldn't be doing anyway.
But that shows you that these are people because they study the Torah, and that's in the Torah, that not to touch blood, not to drink blood, and they do a complete
That's why they wrote the other books. Because if you look at the Talmud, it has like the opposite of everything you shouldn't be doing.
They have the nerve to call the Lord, our Lord Yahushua. They have the nerve to call him a sorcerer.
Yeah.
They do actual sorcery, but then they say what he did was sorcery. That's blasphemy of the Holy Spirit.
He did it. He was doing that power and righteous.
Yeah, but these Israelite groups want to go, man. Wearing yarmulkes, kissing them all. Stupid niggas. You know, you niggas are still
It says, and the parents that kill with their own hands, souls destitute of help.
They're children. They're helpless. They don't, they're children. So of course they're going to be weak and vulnerable, and they don't know what the hell is going on. But imagine their parents who they're supposed to trust is luring them into a secret ritual. They don't even know that their parents is getting ready to kill them. That's sick.
But what about Isaac? Nah, it's different. And see, that's the thing. People can't get over. It ain't fair. It ain't meant to be fair. The Most High can do what he wanted to do. But you see what he did in that situation.
Ultimately, he didn't do it.
Right. He just wanted to see if he would do it. And his obedience is.
That was a test of his obedience. That was it. Nothing more, nothing less.
Did you even do wickedness if I told you to? Well, let's go. You gotta go for a walk, buddy. But then he found that rail. Anyway. I just want, because people, ain't thinking they know the Bible. They're gonna throw something. Well, we got lights. We're gonna rant about
Right to the first one.
You still want him in the...
I think it was there's still a little more. But notice how detailing it's going into. And that's why I had the brother read earlier in Psalms 106 chapter that Israel was they were full partakers in these customs. And that's why the Lord had to basically bring the Babylonians on them. That's why the Lord had to carry them away in the captivity, because they were involved heavily in this shit. See?
Verse 7. That the land which thou esteemest above all other might receive a worthy colony of the Most High's children. Nevertheless,
This is the most valuable crust of the earth.
it's real estate.
This is the the greatest piece of real estate on my earth. And I got these motherfuckers in there doing this on it. Oh no. But the Lord had to when we was in Egypt and we had to go through what we went through and he brought us up out of there, the Lord had to purge out who was going to be worthy to enter into them. Right? Because he was going to use them to purge out the filthy that was in the Holy Land. So there would be a colony worthy for his people to dwell. Because remember, the Lord made that covenant going back to Abraham. He was a worthy individual. Right. His seed and his seed after them. Right? So now you get to understand why the Lord commanded Joshua and them to go up in there, wage war. So you see the influence from those generations, from those type of nations, is still prevalent today. Right? It leads to the further corruption of the Lord's creation. Esau, he basically forged it with his influence and his dominant power. him being the top ruling class nation, he's carrying on the tradition.
Right to the worst.
If you want to sell your soul to him, you gotta basically get involved with that. This is why the Lord wanted us to be separate. He said to be holy, man. But our people, they want to integrate. And that's why they're going to continue to be in this condition. Right? The troops is going to be on you. ICE is on you. Famine is going to be upon you. Torture and concentration camps is going to be upon you. And then eventually nuclear missiles are going to be upon you.
Say starvation.
Yeah, I said famine. Yeah, man.
We got to deal with all this too. That's why we're warning you of cleaning yourself up. Okay? Try to cut out the chemical-based foods, man. That's going to only lead you to being more susceptible to the pestilence. Try to separate yourself from days like today. You go back and watch the highlights. You go back and watch the game, but don't get caught up in it. Like these people all the way.
They emotionally tied.
People got flags flying down. It's like a caravan of them with the flags flying down the freeway like that. The teams, the Seahawks, whatever. See the flag.
That's we go into it every year. This is another form of idol worship.
Riding circus.
Worshiping these damn teams. You know, you're willing to dedicate yourself to them. You'll fight for them. You'll defend them. And then your Super Bowl parties, that's your meat offerings too.
What do you mean my quarterback sucks? You know, like
you remember the Super Bowl when I think it was the 49ers, and the it was a couple years ago, the Chiefs, and the losing team, the fans of the losing team, these motherfuckers is on TikTok throwing remotes at their smashing the TVs,
throwing it down,
just losing their fucking marbles, man.
Trying to fight motherfuckers.
Literally crashed out.
My family stay over by SoFi. They say it's motherfuckers out there fighting all the time about some games.
You wouldn't fight like that for your own maker. You weren't gonna fight for your own God in the same manner. But you'll fight for a team owned by a small hat.
In the fucking game, rigged.
Yeah, bro. It's all entertainment. That's why
it's all WWE.
It's all entertainment. You watch it, you're like, okay, you're entertained for that segment, and then after that, you're back to the bullshit. You're back to your life, paying bills, being a servant to these devils. You know, they give you that. They give you the Super Bowl, the NBA Finals, and all that shit, just as a form of entertainment to keep you occupied.
Right. And you wearing the jerseys of men who sold their soul. Yeah. They had to come up under an oath.
Yeah.
Who was that movie that just came out with Marlon Wayans? All them niggas is all them top niggas in the athletic world. They're him. They're come on, man. And these are the guys. These are the men that you choose to idolize.
Yeah. Put on a pedestal.
Yeah.
A man that can't save himself.
Yeah.
For throwing a fucking ball, bro.
These men are under psychosis and all kind of shit.
He ain't swinging a sword. It's a ball. I got one quick. Psalms 94:16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? This is how you stand up for the workers of iniquity. Not shooting up a deli and no dumb shit. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck you. Idolizing men that throw a fucking pigskin around.
Oblong. What did he say? The Giants had a victory by kicking an oblong ball through a great big H. He's like, son, you want the team working here still.
One of the players' actually Nigerian. One of the players' mom from Nigeria. Probably lives here, but they were asking about the game. I interviewed her, and she was like, It's just a game.
Yeah.
You know, they scored a touchdown, win the Super Bowl. I don't understand what she didn't understand, because that's not a part of their. They don't give a shit about that. But she didn't understand that's not a part of their culture. It's like
this is Rome
right.
2.0.
It's like, oh, they play the game and touchdown and everyone's
That
happy.
was funny. The Roman games, somebody died, bro.
Yeah.
The loser died.
Did we ever get Romans 13?
No.
Somebody get Romans 13. Starting at the 11th verse.
Can you show this?
Yeah, good.
Because we know who's performing the halftime, what that guy stands for, right? And why we would want him.
Yeah, this is what they promote. It's clearly what they're gonna promote on a world stage.
I don't know if it's AI, but he's still be on it.
That's what he be on. I read he wasn't doing the halftime show. So the ice is on there. Bad Bunny, he's still.
Bad Bunny, they don't do it though.
For the morning.
Yeah, man.
And he just won a Grammy.
He spoke out
And he's,
and he
yeah,
was talking about
he from Miami. She's embarrassing.
Romans 13 and 11. And that knowing the time, that now is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed.
So how you gonna know if you're distracted with all this entertainment, bread and circuses? These type of activities is why people are not rioting in the streets.
you know what?
That's why they're not going after basically the elite or even the governors of this society.
In Rome, they would stop rioting because of a game, or not a game, but a chariot race or a fight or something that's going on in the Coliseum. They would just blow. You know how they would blow the horn. When they hear that certain horn, they would, oh shit, it's a game, it's a race, it's
like Michael Bruce Buffer.
Yeah.
You know, like that happening. They drop everything to go see what it is. They ain't mad no more. So you can tell the spirit over here in Babylon is very heavy because you know when they upward over there like in Europe, you know they any little thing they fucking take to the streets. Gas prices, they fucking burn down the fucking central bank. That's what they did in Iran. You know, you just tell the spirit over here in Babylon, man. This heavy delusion.
The closer we get to the end of this, you're gonna see the folly and the bread and circus like really increase to that's gonna compel people to want to watch it. Eventually, David Floyd goes, see what's going on with him. He wants to come back and fight.
He going broke.
I was gonna say, what can amp bread and circus more than this? Same thing in ancient Rome. Oh, death. You gotta add death to the game.
Well,
You public death. Running man.
They're gonna have the UFC
On the White House.
event at the White House.
Yeah.
You know
In the new ballroom.
I mean, that's never been done here. So this just tells you that the bread and circuses have to increase, man. That's the shit is fucking collapsing.
So it's falling.
You ain't gonna want a ticket if you love sport. You ain't gonna want a ticket to the one at the White House. Watch all the celebrities that's gonna be there. With all the fouls that just got dropped. Watch who's had all the fouls.
Everybody who's on the files is gonna be there.
Yeah, I'm showing you. Jay-Z out there on the field and shit. Like, let's speak about the nerve to show his face.
Because they're at a point right now where they're not afraid of the people anymore. But what are you gonna do?
They're like half people believe it, and half people don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know?
I wanted to bring out the scripture earlier. Second Ezra 16:20. Verse 19, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent in scourges for men. And for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. They don't even mind that the atrocities is happening to them. I mean, they're atrocities at this point. The shit that's happening to you. The fact that you gotta choose between gas
People are getting laid
and
off
food.
still.
Yeah.
Massive ass
And
layoffs. A
then
lot
you,
of people
then
out
you
of
lose
work.
your job.
Yeah.
And then they already starting to, what's the word I want to say? Everybody getting dropped off their food stamps so they can qualify you.
Yeah, but
To see if you really fit.
in New York, they're making, if you want to get on it, you have to, I want to say you got to get a job. Or you some type of new restrictions you have to, some type of shit you got to go through to get assistance.
Yep.
You just can't be sitting on your ass going to the, waiting for the first.
Yep.
And then in certain states, they're controlling what you can spend your stamps on.
Yep.
So it's they're getting you used to programmable money.
Buying no goddamn candy no more.
Because that's how UBI is gonna be.
Yep. You know, to get the basic. What did he say? That one Palantir.
They just, and now, hey, that's the spirit, man. They in that folly spirit, man.
I gotta do with this.
This is it. We in Rome, man. We in Rome and we in Babylon at the same time. Really?
Hey, it's no good thing under the sun. The scriptures speak about how, hey, in the day of the coming of the Son of Man, which we approaching, everybody's gonna be marrying and drinking and giving in marriage and just confused and distracted. Speaking of the files, you mentioned the files, and within them files that was released, it was an email it was addressed to somebody. But anyway, what the email said was, we need to talk about World War III. The investors want to know if we're still planning for February 8th.
Which happened to be Super Bowl Sunday.
That would be like wonderful. Somebody
It would be, but it won't
that
be.
should be all that should be.
You know, it gotta be a black swan. You gotta hit you where you're not expecting. All the motherfuckers see February 8th.
Let the game get down to the last 2 minutes, and then all of a sudden EMP or something. I'll
Hit the lights in there once in a
I'll
while.
take it, bro. Yeah, I'll take it.
The point being that the day of the Lord is going to come as a thief in the night. All of these evils that we're speaking of is going to come upon these people unaware. You see what they doing.
You hear it. Loud music. You know, I'm pretty sure it's, people tossing back all kind of beers and liquor. That's literally what, I don't know if a brother's still there, Romans 13. It's going to go into the word rioting. Somebody can go into that word once he read it. Yeah, go ahead.
Let's start back. And now knowing the time that now is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we believe. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast out the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. Let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in
rioting and drunkenness. That's what they're doing tonight. And then come when the parade, whoever wins this one, when they have their little parade, they're gonna do it again. These motherfuckers start wilding out. They go out there and they start burning squad cars.
A bunch of newspapers and shit.
Yeah, they go out there and riot because they team won.
Because the losers don't even do it no more. It's the winners that do
The winners.
it. It was like honored when Philly won. And it was like, that's how Philly celebrates. Like, what? Damn shit up.
Then they did the same in LA when the Rams won.
right? It's G2970 Comos. It says a revel, carousel, a nocturnal and riotous procession of half-drunken and frolicsome fellows.
You know they're gonna be half drunk tonight. They eating wings or whatever they doing, eating nachos and drinking all the Bud Ice or Dos Equis, Modelo's.
Someone throwing up as we speak.
Yeah, that's what they doing. They're watching the game. They shouting and screaming. Then you got the music playing loud. They're in darkness. They don't even realize it.
It's dark and the sun's still out.
Bro, it's the book.
Frolicsome fellows who after supper parade through the streets with torches and music in honor of Bacchus or some other deity.
Just because they ain't using the name Bacchus don't mean they ain't in it.
Same energy. And really, like, a lot of those games back then, they would, I think they would be commemorated by the Olympian gods. You had like the Olympian gods, like Zeus was one of them, Aphrodite was one of them, Artemis was one of them, Poseidon was one of them. You know? I believe Dionysus was one of them. Then you got Nike, the god of victory.
You do have the Winter Olympics happening right now. The opening ceremony, of course, you got a spiritual high. It's just demonic. You just get dressed and it's kind of going into tie it in. You got a party. Or a Bacchus or some other deity. And sing and play before houses of male and female friends, hence used generally of feasts and drinking, parties that are protracted till late at night and indulge in revelry.
After party, what's that after party?
So you know, a lot of chicks, they're not coming in on Monday because they party too hard the night before. You know? Well, that was the Roman way. You know? And it was going down like that in ancient Rome. So it's nothing new under the sun. And this is a letter to the church at Rome telling them, hey, don't be partakers of that. Don't be in darkness. We're children of the light here. Right? Our people that's still haven't woken up, they're doing the deeds of darkness right now. But we have no association whatsoever. Knowing the time, now is high time to awake out of sleep. The spirit of stupefaction. You know? And they're doing it to commemorate a deity. So when you see our people in the same spirit, but they got the jerseys, the flags, that's still the same spirit of idolatry.
Badge of allegiance to that deity.
Yeah. And that's what makes you, what they call a fanatic.
When you look up that word,
There it is.
It's not talking about that you really love your team. It's talking about how your mind is. Somebody get it.
You're tearing up your living room because your team that you worship wants. You probably made a big ass bet and know that you lost crazy money. You probably can't. Now you got to borrow money or take a loan. You can't pay certain bills or the rent because you betted on your team that lost. Stupidity, man.
Video, some nigga who's in prison right now, he bet his life savings, which is like $33,000, on a team to win. So if he lose, he fucked. And he don't even know that the NFL, they already admitted that the Super Bowl is classified as entertainment, so they don't get no lawsuits. They can already, prescribe who's going to win. That's a fact.
Yeah, they already got it narrowed down to like the beginning of the season. These 4 to 6 teams, or the team that's probably going to
My
win.
mathematics
Right,
play,
right,
the
right.
analytics show.
This is all rigged. It's all rigged.
Not just football, all the sports.
All the sports.
MMA, all that shit.
You know, like, especially in these games, motherfuckers will go long, and you know damn well, like, why would you even want to play like that?
Hail Mary.
Yeah, they'll do some dumb shit right.
Why do it at that specific time?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just to take the dive.
Wasn't that one of the training places? Those billionaires, 2 billion Yeah. They always betting on everything. They always betting on every fucking thing.
Yeah.
I bet you this, I bet you that.
That's how the rich are. Remember that one movie with Will Smith and the other one when they betting and shit.
So when
Focus.
Remember how they knew that rich billionaire
wasn't even
he was trying to, but he bet on everything. Yeah, and they got
set him up.
yeah. But that
What if
shows
he never chose it? He eventually would just keep betting until he does. He would. That's the same type shit though.
It's fun to them.
I got that Fanatic. It says Fanatic in the 1950s is an insane person of Latin fanaticus, mad, enthusiastic, inspired by a god, also
Inspired by giving breath, giving life by God.
So they're under that energy. What's that in Jeremiah 50 where it says about Babylon and they're mad upon their idols? That's in I think Jeremiah 50. They're mad upon their idols. So yeah, these people are mad upon their idols, man. People get into a fight, get into a brawl over men that don't even know that they exist.
they don't even care.
They don't care.
They walk past.
They're not finna direct deposit you after they won.
They might not even sign an autograph. Yeah.
You know? And we in the midst of an economic downturn right now. Motherfuckers is hurting. But they get millions. They ain't worried about you people.
And the thing about it is, these athletes, they get paid too because they do all the fucking work.
Yeah.
They get pennies. They're not getting the bulk of the money.
Well, they're slaves too.
Yeah, they slaves too.
Yeah, they slaves, man.
But damn, football player, they going out there risking their life.
Yeah.
Motherfucker crack you in the head and you can't wake. You may not wake up.
Yeah.
For what?
Now, you're the fastest man on the field. Yeah, you might not walk.
Yeah.
There was more on that.
Oh, you got caught off for Jeremiah 50.
Yeah. Drawing that word. Yeah, a madman, a loony, an insane person. People that are fans of anybody, they're fucking mentally fucked up. Alright? Because they treat humans like they're gods. Something to be worshipped. Like Beyonce and her beehive. They're fucking bugged out, man.
They got a church named after them.
Yeah.
Person, they can't save themselves. They can't do nothing.
Yeah.
Their flesh, their blood and flesh. These people worship these people like they could do anything for them.
Yeah,
What the fuck they gonna do for them?
Yeah, like they could defy the laws of physics and gravity. No, but what they can do is put you under a spell.
Yeah.
And seduce you. They are witches and warlocks too. Or maybe that's hey, more than likely that's what it is. These celebrities and entertainers casting spells on you and turning you into fanatics. Got you mad.
They got spells casted on them.
You got the
You seen Beyonce and Sasha Fierce.
yeah.
Everybody should know about that. Something just takes, she's all smiling, something just takes over me. To do and sing things I would never say to do. You're possessed, demon possession.
Yeah, her and the Barbs, Nicki Minaj and her Barbs, and she has her little alter ego, Roman. And now she just MAGA, she just straight up MAGA. You know? Our people worship these people, man. That's a damn shame.
She lose 6 million followers, like one day or so. 10 million.
And some of her fans are so devoted, they said, man, fuck the Democratic Party, we'll go Republican with it.
You know she about to be deported.
I don't think she gonna be deported because she went and sucked Trump, and now she got that little gold Trump card, so she can continue to
I like
reside
the
here.
chocolate. I like
It's
the.
fake.
They told her it was fake.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, you know what they doing, and they just using this bitch.
Yeah.
And afterwards, they'll probably get rid of it.
They deified that nigga MC Hustle. I'm tired of hearing that nigga name, man. Jake worships him. It's disgusting.
He's the most wisest street poet.
Bitch, you don't know him. You don't know that nigga, man.
And even Yahushua said they were trying to act like those scribes and Pharisees that were acting like they were righteous and holy. They were looking up to them and admiring them. And Yahushua had to tell them, like, hey, that which is highly esteemed among men is an abomination in the sight of God. That which is highly esteemed, they get the highest form of praise and admiration. The Lord doesn't look at them the same way that man looks at them. The Lord looks upon the heart, man. The way y'all look at these celebrities, the Lord don't look at them the same. Was that Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 7?
Yeah, when these celebrities come up here to the campus and shit, hey, brothers might be like, shit, because, you know, you got talent, you know, but we still gonna tell them it's judgment. Hey, man, shit, we know what you did, you know. You gonna take it. You probably so hard. You want to give your money up? You take the shit. Exactly. America gonna be destroyed. You still gotta tell them the judgment. That's y'all start from.
Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 7. For he which is Lord over all shall fear no man's person, neither shall he stand in awe of any man's greatness.
Read that again.
Neither shall he stand in awe of any man's greatness.
The Lord is not in awe at any man's greatness. The Lord created everything in the earth and outside of the earth.
Hey, honestly, they should be in awe of us. And they walk up, honestly.
Yeah, if we are the elect, hey, that means that our names are written in heaven. That's the biggest legacy you could ever have. Because that means your memory is going to carry on for the rest of time. All this shit that these niggas are known for and their greatness on this side, they ain't gonna be mentioning it.
Let me ask y'all a quick question. This is funny. Who won Super Bowl 25? Yeah, I thought not.
Nobody.
Yeah, I thought not.
You got certain halftime shows that's more memorable than the actual game. You couldn't tell me what was the number of the Super Bowl when Janet had the nip slip. Justin Timberlake. What teams were playing? Don't even Google search it. They couldn't tell you.
Means nothing.
You know what I mean? Shit. That was just being distracted, man, just like y'all distracted now. You acted like y'all was rolling with those teams that year. But you had a different favorite team than previous. It was based on who's winning the playoffs.
Michael Jackson performed at the Super Bowl. What song was that? What songs did he perform?
He did? Yeah.
I don't fucking remember. I was. Oh yeah.
Took it out. Just came out and just stood there for like 7 minutes.
Oh yeah. Okay, I remember that. Okay, I remember.
That was good. Now in front of you, back of you, people go get the music and
Oh yeah.
still there for like 7 minutes.
Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 7. For he which is Lord over all shall fear no man's person, neither shall he stand in awe of any man's greatness. For he hath made the small and great, and careth for all alike.
Michael Jackson was saying, Michael Jackson came, hey, did you really fuck Manuel Willis or not? You know that shit's wicked, right? You know you're going to hell for this shit, right? Like, you gotta really, you can't, I know it's Michael Jackson, but walk all up and down. I'm saying if he's alive, but no.
Respect to the person.
You still got to check. You're still subject to these steps and all this madness. And there's not a higher human.
They're not exempt
than
from
that guy.
Yeah. Just because you're a celebrity or something seen that's great in this world, that doesn't mean that you're exempt from the standard of holiness.
Right.
Righteousness. You're not exempt from righteousness because you're big.
This is Luke 16 and 15 in the NLT. Then he said to them, you like to appear righteous in public, but Yahweh knows your hearts. What this world honors is detestable in the sight of Yahweh.
To the point. You know, we're talking about the scribes and Pharisees. We also know that people feel like they on that level. People will deify the quarterback or the winning coach or whatever team or whatever individuals, performers. But the Most High knows the heart of these men. And for you to get on this level, you gotta have done something wicked. You can't get there without it. Check out Starry Eyes. You gotta have something.
Starry Eyed, him.
Yeah.
They pretty much show you how it goes down.
Celebrities, they're not role models, man. They're not good role models. Alright? Because the motherfucker can run a ball, kick a ball, or dunk a ball. It doesn't mean that he...
Believable.
Exactly. It doesn't mean that you want your children looking up to him.
Morgan Freeman played God in a couple of movies, right? And he said, people just seem to trust me and like me, and I don't know why. But since they do, I might as well tell you this. He said some shit, I don't know what
No,
he
he was
said.
talking about the shot. Jack.
Oh yeah, that's why. I figured it was something important.
They're going crazy over Bad Bunny right now. You can hear it. That motherfucker, he's a straight up sodomite.
Demon workers spoke with that last night.
Yeah.
Women always love the
Yeah.
as soon as you get a strong man who stands on business, and who's for you, how about shooting a shot, they overthrow him.
He's toxic.
First thing you said, we put that Jackson movie out there, and they watch they do Joe Jackson dirty. Okay, no. Yeah, that man don't deserve to be dirty. Look what the greatness he is. Michael even said that. Man, I can't be mad at him. He inspired greatness out of him.
Like
Real quick, Sirach 9 and 11 says, envy not the glory of a sinner, for thou knowest not what his end shall be.
I got this quote, and the brother was talking about, we're not role models for our kids. This is a quote coming from Charles Barkley in 1993. It says, I am not a role model. Just because I dunk a basketball doesn't mean I should raise your kids.
Hey, but that started off as a serious thing. That was the serious quote. They made it into a commercial out of it. You know, Nike capitalized on it. But it was, how true is that? It's because I can dunk a basketball.
They don't realize like a lot of these athletes.
Who made them?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know? Who created them? We were talking about creative player. You know, you can put them up, heighten them, increase their stats. The Most High does that with his creation, man. He determines who's going to be right. He determines all that. You didn't do that for yourself. Just like us, what we do, this is not of ourselves. That's why we would never put ourselves on a pedestal. You see what that can get you. Look at that nigga, Gorilla Hebrew. GPEG. Yeah. And then eventually how Nate and Johanna and Captain Zaryak is gonna go out. If they don't repent and come down from their pedestal. Bro.
You got stripped of everything. Then you got jail.
He was in jail.
Now remember the Lord, he breaks down idols. He breaks it down.
Isaiah 64:6, NLT, says, we are all infected and impure with sin. When we display our righteous deeds, they are nothing but filthy rags. Like autumn leaves, we wither and fall, and our sins sweep us away like the wind. He says, yet no one calls on your name or pleads with you for mercy. Therefore you have turned away from us and turned us over to our sins.
That's the coolest thing about this game. That the elite play with these puppet masters, play with these puppets, these entertainers and mega stars and shit. They don't. When's the last time the jet can't prosper with wickedness? It ain't meant for that. That's why they always have a Bill Cosby, who was one of the richest men in America, and one black men at a point. And now look where he's at. Blind. He spent like 10 years in jail. He's broke. He got a lap, little throw blanket over his lap, and she's sitting there watching cartoons and shit.
That's the thing. It's like, if we're doing the job of Yahweh Shem, it's like we're doing honor the service that Yahweh Shem has us doing by preaching, prophesying, and we have nothing to glory over. So, hey, how much less a nigga that's in sports or rapping, man?
This is an honorable profession.
But we're doing what we're supposed to be doing.
That's why the scriptures say, was that in Proverbs, where it says, before honor is humility. Yeah, you gotta be humiliated first before you become honored. And in Proverbs. It's in Proverbs.
This is humiliating in the sight of people looking at what we're doing.
Right.
And Paul wrote it also. He said, to you are weak, but ye are strong. This looks very weak and very futile.
He also said you're despised, but you also are honored.
Right, this is a respectful humiliation ritual, man. The celebrities, the humiliation rituals they go through.
Yeah, not the naked mud wrestling and
Yeah.
shit, you know.
You gotta fucking come out with a skirt and a purse. That's humiliation, man.
You gotta get your child up.
That's on camera.
You gotta get your
See,
child
on
up.
camera. Yeah.
Get your child turned down. Yeah, man. But the Most High, He gonna start making examples out of people that you love, that you idolize, man. And while we taking a humble position, yeah, we'll be the bums and we got on rags and we look broken, dusty. We'll be that for now. And the scripture also say we're fools for Yahweh's sake. It pleased the Most High by the foolishness of preaching to save some of our people that's allotted to be saved. But it also tells us in Zephaniah that the Lord's going to give us praise and shame it's like a praise and fame in a land where we will put this shame. That's why the Lord said, they that be first shall be last, and they that are last shall be first.
Last. Pretty much.
These celebrities that you idolize and worship, they're gonna be citizens in Israel. Yeah. They're gonna be common Israelites. They're gonna be above all the rest of the heathen. But within the hierarchy of Israel, they're just gonna be straight up common plain Israelites.
You can sit in the nosebleeds. You know? We get front row.
Yeah. They gotta come back as newborns, and we gotta teach them. They ain't gonna get to see the glory of the transition. They have to partake in the second death instead. They missed out on the translation.
The mighty hand of the Most High, that He may exalt you in due time. They want to make glory now. That's why I said, roll up to the rich. They haven't seen their consolation.
That's a loser's promise.
I got Sirach 11 and 21. Marvel not at the works of sinners, but trust in the Lord and abide in thy labor. For it is an easy thing in the sight of the Lord on the sudden to make a poor man rich.
The scripture said in the book of Ezekiel, he lifted the beggar out of the dunghill Hey, well, guess what? Hey, we're now in this position of being broken. We'll take it. Hey, because the servant is not greater than his Lord. But Yahushua had to do it, man. And he had to go with him. Right?
Yeah, he abased himself and submitted himself to the cross to be obedient to the Father, only to be risen up with the highest glory known to men.
This is the shit job, and it's not because of what the profession. It's who we gotta tell it to. People that reject it and don't want it. That's what makes it bad. The message is beautiful. He loves us that believe in the message. There's no greater glory. You know? And then when it I'm just gonna say this, when the table turns, so to speak, that's when you're gonna see why this is so great. Okay, and the people involved that did hear the message is so great, and how lowly the others are.
The glory that we're gonna receive for suffering. The glory of these celebrities ain't shit.
Yeah. We don't go to
really, I wouldn't even envy that. Because these motherfuckers, they still subject to paying taxes. They still subject to you know, groupies.
Losing it all.
Yeah, get their shit taken from them. They're compromised, so they can't speak on injustices publicly. They gotta be the fuck quiet.
They gain all this wealth and fame and die.
Yeah. And then can't pass that down to their family.
Let's take it back.
Yeah.
The richer you get in this world, the more in bondage you become.
You gotta dress the way they want you to dress. They got these demonic, satanic stylists that actually give these niggas their dress, their fashion style.
What's going to be profitable to the image that's profitable to the people?
What's the name of the name of the guy? He's supposed to be the godfather of fashion. And he's known to be partner with Rick Owens. He be partnering with what's that bitch?
Shell
that witch. Marina Abramovich. Yeah. Marina Abramovich. They're straight up witches. And they put these rappers and entertainers, they put them under psychosis. Put spells on them and then say, here, this is what you gotta put on.
Wear this. We'll give you some. The compromise is always money.
We'll put you on the cover of this edition if you put this on.
All I gotta do is wear this. This is give me $50,000.
We'll pay you and you get all type of advertising. These niggas are straight up heathens, man.
That's why the scriptures tell you that this is not the end where much glory doth abide. We ain't caught up in this life, man. We understand that the fashion of this world gonna pass away real soon. There's a much better, and that's just to say the least, it's a much better and enduring glory that we waiting on, man. That's why when it says in this, it's an easy thing for the Lord, in the sight of the Lord, on the sudden to make a poor man rich. That rich is talking about a rich that we're not familiar with, man.
That we can't measure.
Yeah. God is saying to us in Romans, for the sufferings of this present time, they shall not be compared to the glory that shall be revealed within us. Paraphrase. Romans like 18.
We're gonna wrap up on that.
It's Daniel 12. The point is at verse 3. I'll just start at 1. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of that people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to the same time.
Y'all in the Stuper over there, where you at. There's a time of trouble which the world has never seen before that's coming, that an angel's going to have to protect people. Yeah. Archangel Michael, he's Archangel's Lord. So he's basically the top archangel under Yahushua. Yahushua said he told Peter that he can call down 12 legions of angels. So we know legion, 12 legions is basically legion, but it's 5 to 7,000 angels. And so 80-some thousand angels, the Lord said he can call that down, he can call the angels down to destroy the pagan Roman Empire. How many more angels for this time? So the Archangel Michael got to come down with all the angels. I don't know how many angels, but there's gonna be thousands and thousands of angels gonna come down here and destroy this kingdom. busted.
They're gonna defend the Lord's elect.
That's it.
The enemy is gonna be trying to take the elect out. The Lord's gonna start showing his right hand power through his angels. And it's like, and that's crazy, right? That's like having celestial secret service. The elect are gonna have celestial secret service in that from the angels. Your name is definitely written in heaven. If the angel is coming to protect you, your name is known. People gonna start taking. They're gonna recognize that. Yeah. They're gonna look at you like you an angel.
1,000 left, 1,000 right. What is this person? Why? What do they have?
They didn't realize that you were an earthly angel. If you're a messenger of the Most High, you're a prophet, you're an angel. You're just in human form and human flesh.
It says, and at that time that people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt.
You gotta come back to get judged, man.
A lot of these niggas that made a covenant with death, when hell they are agreement, they're gonna be ashamed. Right?
Just because you passed away, don't mean you escaped. They don't get the chill. Just come back as a child of Israel. No.
Bad Bunny, he gonna have his head down.
It says,
These niggas, Israelites, false prophets, Israelites, they gonna be way worse.
They be devastated. Yeah.
here's the point, verse 3, it says, and they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever.
Good one right there. You know, your light gonna shine, man. Star, man.
So I got this Hollywood
Yeah.
Boulevard, stars and shit.
Walk there, walk the
Gun
thing.
on their shoe, stepping on
Yeah,
his
yeah,
spit. The homeless people pissing and shit. Yeah.
Cracks in it. When we gonna actually walk with an actual glow.
But now, a lot of the people, not all of them, but a lot of the people are dead. Some of the people are still alive.
Right. They every sport has the Hall of Fame.
Yep. Hall of Fame.
You know, where these athletes that were great in this sport, they become immortalized. You know? Well, that shit is all gonna go to, it's gonna be all melted, man. Burnt up. You know? The real Hall of Fame, the elect are gonna be in the real Hall of Fame, man. You know? Forever, immortalized.
The current Hall of Fame really should be the Hall of Shame.
Yeah.
And all those people they sold to Satan to become the stars that they were. You know? But at least we're gonna be. Hey, it talks about that day star that shines in our heart because we have the short word of prophecy. Yeah, man, that star that we have, it goes back to Yahweh.
Talking about that Star of Fame. Like, I was telling the brother, you gotta pay for that. It's not something you get as being a fucking good person. You're exalting yourself at that point. I looked it up. It says, yes, celebrities or their sponsors must pay a significant fee, currently around $85,000 for a Hollywood Walk of Fame star.
You gotta pay for it.
That's the goddamn devil, bro. Damn! You can't generate you all this money, all this money. You still gotta take. God damn.
Just like that dude
It's gonna run.
this dude Shakur
Is taken away.
Shakur won those belts, but he had to pay $100K.
Apparently he didn't pay.
He didn't pay, so they took the belt.
That's how it goes. That's how it goes. Showing you that all this shit is owned, bro. It's owned and controlled. It's a corruptible crown, like you said. You gotta rent you have to fucking rent your crown. Yahweh Shai is gonna give us crowns.
Incorruptible.
You know, incorruptible, man. That's what we do this for. So, with that, we're gonna give all honor, all praise, and glory to Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash.
Honors to the older apostles and bishops of the great millstone. As always, peace, blessings, and salutation to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
Let's put this up, do the salute. Y'all have